Welcome to sunny Sonoma, California here at Arnold Field as the Crawdads look to even the series in this three-game set with the Sonoma Stompers. I'm Kasey Kazliner, joined alongside Charlie Limoncelli. Yesterday was a tough one for the Crawdads. They tied up the game in the bottom of the eighth at 5 runs after trailing at 1 point by 4. Then they commit 4 errors in the top of the ninth inning. The Stompers eventually come out to a 10-5 lead. The Crawdads get 1 in the bottom of the ninth, but ultimately lose 10-6. And now the season series all knotted up at 3 games apiece. But today is a big one for the Crawdads. They trail by 2 games in the CCL North for that top spot behind Sonoma. So they'll try to tack on against Haroon Pelja and the Stompers. But Charlie, I want to ask you, it's a tough part of the year. Crawdads have a lot of guys who've either left the team or are injured. What do they have to do to supplement that depth, even without necessarily having a ton of depth?
I think consistency is key. Yes, honestly, Kasey, yesterday we saw what was a very good performance for Walnut Creek, all things considered, before the bottom of the ninth, or the top of the ninth, excuse me. The pitching was solid, all things considered. The hitting came alive when they needed to in the clutch, and then it kind of just fell apart in that unfortunate inning. So honestly, Kasey, I just think they need more of the same. Some guys are going to have to step up, obviously, with that aforementioned lack of depth, like you mentioned. I'd really love to see Zach Justice and Chris Esquivel really go crazy today. Esquivel's been hot of late. I do believe he's on a 3-game hitting streak, but the Crawdads are going to need their guys who are stepping up to play in starting spots today to be productive, especially, like I mentioned, Justice, Cam Taylor, Joe Coupland, all really need big games today.
Well, you mentioned some of those names. Let's get into the Crawdads lineup. They'll be hitting first wearing black uniforms today here in Sonoma. Leading off will be Trey Johnson, the lefty hitter, playing in left field, followed by Cam Calvillo, who plays second. In the 3-hole, it's Joey Donnelly, the first baseman. Hitting cleanup, Zach Justice, the catcher. 5-hole, Riley Leininger over at the hot corner. Joe Coupland, Cam Taylor, Chris Esquivel, Nico DeFazio to round things out. Stompers defense, outfield left to right, Hegeman, Baker, Keys. Infield right to left, Lazul, Shepler, Handren, Sealkin, and Sepulveda behind the dish. Trey Johnson digs in first as we begin the top of the first inning. Haroon Pelja, the starter for the Stompers. Right-hander out of Youngstown State's had a solid year for Sonoma. Crawdads have seen him before. Johnson digs in on the left side. Here in a beautiful day in Sonoma, California. First pitch is a fastball right down the middle, strike 1. Johnson has hits in 6 of his last 7 games, including a big double yesterday that just barely missed clearing the fence. 0-1 on Johnson here in the top of the first. Pelja from the belt, kicks and deals home. Swing and a miss. Low off-speed pitch got Trey to go. Quickly 0-2 on the rising sophomore out of Skyline College. Tied for second in hits by an active Crawdad on the roster, 22 of them this year for Trey. He waits for the 0-2. Pelja winds and fires the 0-2. Swing and a miss. High cheese that gets Johnson to go. The fastball around the letters, and there's one away on the K.
Really nice sequencing from Haroon Pelja there. It goes upstairs twice, low off speed to get the second bite. This is a guy who's seen a lot of effectiveness against the Crawdads before. On June 22nd, pitched 5 innings of 4-hit ball, just 1 run allowed.
Yeah, he has 2 such outings of 5+ this year, Pelja does, as Cam Calvillo digs in on the right side. One out in the top of the first. First offering to him is drilled out to left field. This one will be caught by the center fielder Baker, who ranges to his right. And there's 2 outs in the top of the first.
Well struck ball from Cam Calvillo into the left center gap, but a little bit too much arc in the air, allows Baker to get under it.
So 2 outs in the top of the first. That'll bring up the lefty hitter Joey Donnelly. Donnelly coming off his CCL All-Star performance. Has the second highest average in the CCL North, only by 1 tick. Hitting .387 on the year. It's the Crawdads in most offensive categories as he digs in. And his second stint with Walnut Creek after spending last year with Arroyo Seco down in the south. Pelja, the left-hander, fires as it's hit foul out of play to the left side, 0-1. Talk about Pelja. The constant for the Stompers this year has been their pitching. And he's had a 1.46 ERA mark to this point. 0-1 on Donnelly with his bright blue batting gloves. Lefty on lefty matchup. The 0-1, inside breaking ball. 1-1 on Donnelly. Crawdads coming off 3 straight winning seasons, trying to make it 4 ever since Brent Cummings took over the program in 2021. 1-1 on Donnelly. He waits. Pelja fires as it's drilled to the left side into left field for a base hit. Hit on the ground sharply as Donnelly rounds first, and he's into first base with a single. Another hit for Joey Donnelly.
Yeah, it extends his streak to 8 straight games now, Kasey. He continues to be one of the most consistent guys for Walnut Creek, a constant in the 3-hole.
Absolutely right. That'll bring up Zach Justice as the top of the first inning continues. 2 outs, a man over at first, scoreless ball game. Justice digs in on the right side, only hitting 149 right now. His defense is his main asset, but he can provide the power when needed sometimes. Pelja winds and fires a curveball outside, 1-0. Crawdads lost yesterday, 10-6. Had mixed results, trying to get back in the win column post All-Star break. The 1-0 pitch is hit high up in the air, left field. This one going back, and it's gone. Justice gets a round tripper, his 3rd of the year, and that drives in 2 in the top of the first. Crawdads lead 2-0.
Holy smokes, Kasey. Justice got well out in front of that breaking ball, clobbered it into straightaway left field. I mean, left fielder Hegeman just looked back and waved it goodbye practically.
3rd home run of the year for Zach Justice. RBIs 4 and 5 as he goes back in the dugout smiling. And the Crawdads lead 2-0 with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Wow, just a great piece of hitting from Justice, a guy who hasn't necessarily had a consistent hit tool this year. As that brings up Riley Leininger, the lefty hitter, with 2 outs. Base is empty. Pelja delivers. Swing and a miss. High fastball got him to go. 0-1. Leininger also tied for second in hits with 22 for the active Crawdad list. A lot of guys have come and gone. The 0-1 in the dirt. 1-1 on Leininger. Been hot as of late. Went hitless yesterday, but he still had 5 hits his last 3 games combined. 2 multi-hit games. Fans still trickling in here in Sonoma. Beautiful day for baseball here on this Saturday evening. The 1-1 from Pelja is fouled straight back. 1-2. Leininger's a guy who, at this point in the year, wants to be playing his best baseball after a slow start to the season. Had a 3-hit ball game his debut. Hadn't really had such results following until now. Pelja delivers the 1-2 in the dirt. Count even at 2-2. Crawdads scoring 2 early here in the top of the first off the big fly from Zach Justice to left field, driving in Joey Donnelly and himself. An early lead the Crawdads should appreciate. Not something they typically get. The 2-2, swing and a miss. Breaking ball inside, and the side is retired. Crawdads lead 2-0 off the big fly from Zach Justice. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Stompers hitting for the first time today. Crawdads got 2 runs off the big fly from Zach Justice in the top of the first inning, but now they play defense as the left-hander Aiden White toes the rubber for the Crawdads. He has the best ERA on the team. He's not technically a qualified pitcher, but he has a .79 mark to this year. Participated in the 2025 CCL Showcase game, pitched 1 inning there. 2-0 record on the year for the Crawdads in 5 appearances. Mentioned the ERA. The whip is 1.19. Average against under the Mendoza line, 190. He'll face Cam Hegeman, Max Handren, and Xander Sicklin to start this ball game here in the bottom of the 4th, at least on defense for the Crawdads. As we begin the bottom of the 1st inning, Crawdads lead 2-0. Cam Hegeman, the right-hander, will dig in first. He's one of 5 righties in this Sonoma order today. Went 0 for 2 yesterday, but also scored 2 runs. As the Stompers enter today scoring double-digit runs their past 3 games. Lefty is White on the hill. Looks in for the sign, now winds and fires to Hegeman, the righty hitter. As he bloops one out to right field, sitting toward the line, it's going to drop foul. Not a bad piece of contact putting it the other way, but it's 0-1.
No, not at all. Nice job putting the barrel to the ball, but unfortunately out in front of Smidge, slices it.
Hegeman, a really big prospect out of high school, was the 33rd ranked outfielder out of California. Not easy to be a top 50 recruit in a state like California. Got a 9 perfect game grade. Had a really good year at Ohlone College last year, hitting over 350. White looks in, the 0-1 just a bit outside. Breaking ball that time, 1-1. Aiden White just committed to Amarillo College in Texas, closer to his home. The 1-1, high fastball taken by Hegeman, 2-1. Hegeman playing in left field today, not a place he typically plays. He's been the everyday center fielder for the Stompers this year. They switched up some stuff. They've also had some absences. White delivers a 2-1. It's popped up in the air, right side foul territory. Donnelly chasing, it's out of play. Count even at 2-2. Nobody out in the bottom of the 1st. 2-0 Crawdads. Bases empty for Sonoma. Hegeman this year hitting .240 in 15 games. He's had 50 at bats even. Struggle with the strikeout, striking out 16 times. Want to protect here. The 2-2 as White pushes off the rubber and just barely fouled off. A late swing from Hegeman sends it right into the dirt. 2-2 still. Hegeman played with the Battle Creek Battle Jacks of the Northwood League last year. Hit .217. As White looms on the hill, puts the glove up. Now the 2-2. Fastball outside. Count runs full on Cam Hegeman, the first man in the order for the Stompers today. Trying to table set for a team that's been riding the hot hand lately, winning yesterday big. The 3-2, fastball just outside from White, and it's a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 1st as Hegeman swipes first.
White trying to paint the zone in the first at-bat of the day. He's gotten really close, but a tight strike zone behind the plate. We'll see how he handles it the rest of this outing.
So White to the stretch, and now digging in, one of 4 lefty hitters in the order today for the Stompers. Max Handren playing shortstop today. Handren has the highest average on the Stompers, not a qualified hitter though, but still hitting .397. The lefty waits, and he takes a fastball in there for a strike. He disagrees with it, but it's 0-1 regardless. Handren was riding a 10-game hitting streak that was snapped yesterday. He went 0 for 4, but also scored 2 runs. 2 of the 10 Sonoma put up on the board. Hegeman over at first. White looking over at him, now home. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. A big cut. Turns around his necklace all the way to the backside of his jersey. It's quickly 0-2 on Max Handren. There's a Cal Bear wearing his Cal Bears batting helmet. Career .265 hitter in Berkeley. White looming on the first base side of the rubber. The 0-2 is a breaking ball outside. 1-2 as it's taken no issue by Handren. Handren's had plenty of multi-hit games this year. He's originally from Santa Rosa Junior College. 1 year of eligibility left. The 1-2 is popped up foul behind us. Count will stay at 1-2. Handren was a late addition to the roster and then missed some time middle of the season. So he's trying to be a big catalyst on a Stompers team that's lost a lot of pieces these past few weeks, as the Crawdads have as well. White's 1-2 pitch is a low breaking ball, count even at 2-2. Nobody out in the bottom of the 1st. 2-0 Crawdads after the home run last inning that drove in both runs. Hegeman with a pretty significant lead over at first base. We'll see if White throws back. The 2-2 pitch, runner goes, pitch, clobbers the hand of Handren, and he says it hit the bat. The runner goes anyways, and Hegeman is into second without a throw. Looks like they ruled it a ball on the scoreboard.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder that there is no smoking at the ballpark.
Looked like it either hit his hand or the bat, which would have been a foul ball. So it's a full count on Handren. Hegeman over at second after stealing second base. That's his 4th stolen base of the year. White trying to deliver. The 3-2 is a high fastball taken, no problem. And it's back-to-back walks to start the ball game for Aiden White. 2 on, nobody out for the guy making his Stompers debut, Xander Seelkin.
Yeah, not a typical outing for Aiden White, Casey. Usually a really good guy who paints the zone. Struggling to find the outer corners of it this time against a dangerous Stompers order. Battery meeting here with Justice. We'll see how they adjust in this one. It's going to be important.
Seelkin, well, like we said, making his Stompers debut, righty hitter at the hot corner, filling in for a depleted Stompers team that's lost the likes of Brady Shannon and Colton Boardman, 2 guys that have shut down their seasons. Seelkin, rising redshirt junior, has played a couple years in summer ball, most recently collegiately at West Valley. Career 370 hitter in JUCO. He fouls off the first offering, straight back, 0-1. He's actually wearing his West Valley helmet. Same colors as the Stompers, blue and orange. Stompers in their home whites, head to toe. Crawdads gray pinstripe pants and black tops, their pullovers. Runners on first and second, nobody out. 0-1 at the dish to Seelkin. Pitch from White is grounded over to third. Leininger picks it up, steps on third for 1. The throw to first. It's going to get away from Donnelly. Handren into third safely. It'll be runners on the corners, 1 out, as the throw was errant over to Donnelly.
Atypical throw from the Crawdads. Leininger has a cannon attached to the right side of his body. Usually gets those throws no problem, but one hops it, and it's too far out in front of Donnelly for him to pick it.
Didn't have enough time to look towards second, Leininger didn't. So it's Handren on third, Seelkin on first, as that'll bring up the cleanup hitter Paul Lazul. Lefty hitter, a huge game yesterday. A solo homer and a double. White out of the stretch. Runners on the corners and 1 out. Brings it down the hill. Fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. Crawdads up 2-0 off 2 hits. In the bottom of the first. The Stompers are threatening. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Azul from Monterey Peninsula College, originally committed to LMU down in LA, but never played there. White looks at first. The 0-1 pitch is hit on the ground over to first base. Donnelly picks it up, steps on the bag, and that's out number 2. Runner advances to second, so it'll be second and third and 2 outs here in the bottom of the first.
Good recovery from Aiden White. 2 soft contact ground balls induced. It's exactly what you need when you've got 2 aboard. So he tries to get out of this one early.
We'll bring up another guy making his Stompers debut, Kyle Olympia, rising senior in the portal out of San Francisco State, a university that's cutting its baseball program. Righty hitter is digging in for the first time as a Stomper, career 364 hitter at SF State, a really good career in D2 as he takes a strike over the heart of the plate. Off speed, 0-1. Seelkin at second, Handren on third. Stompers a base hit away from tying this game early against the Crawdads. Both teams tied 3-3 in the season series after the Stompers tied it yesterday. The 0-1 from White is chopped on the ground over towards shortstop. DeFazio picks it up, throws to first in time, and that'll retire the side. So White walks a pair and gets in a little bit of trouble, but the Crawdads don't allow any runs. We'll go to the top of the second inning. Walnut Creek leads 2-0 here on the Crawdads Streaming Network.
One.
Kasey Kazliner and Charlie Limoncelli here at Arnold Field as the Crawdads are set to begin the top of the second inning, hitting against the Stompers. Crawdads lead 2-0 after the home run last inning from Zach Justice. It'll be 6, 7, 8 due up for Walnut Creek, starting with Joe Coupland and Cam Taylor and Chris Esquivel. Pelja, the left-hander, delivers a ball inside. Breaking ball misses, 1-0. Crawdads be back in action tomorrow against the Stompers. It'll be at home. Either a chance for the Stompers to sweep or a rubber match. Time will tell. The 1-0 to Coupland is a fastball low. Quickly 2-0 on Coupland, a guy who's a little bit of a utility guy. Played third base in high school. Caught for the Crawdads. He pitches, plays DH. Guy who can really do it all. Struggled this year hitting 167, but it had his first hit in a month yesterday, which was a single to left. The 2-0 is hit sharply on the ground over to third. A tough hop over at third, and Silken can't ground it. Gets into left field. Coupland digging for second. The throw. They said he's safe. It looked like the tag was maybe there, but Coupland was able to get in time, and it's a leadoff double for Coupland here in the top of the second.
Yeah, ball popped out of Schepler's glove covering second as well. So Coupland, nice leadoff double for him. Now hits in back-to-back games.
Trying to get off the schneid. At this point in the year, that'll bring up the lefty hitter Cam Taylor. He has hits in back-to-back games. Picked up an RBI yesterday, number 10 on the year. Leads the team in strikeouts, trying to create some offense with a man on second, trying to extend the lead. Pelja from the stretch at the belt. Now he fires. Fastball in there for a strike, going one. Pelja gave up that home run, trying to get more confident on the hill. Got out of Youngstown State, one of two on the Stompers roster. Taylor readies up with his tall stance. The 0-1 in the dirt, blocked out in front by the catcher Sepulveda. Count even at 1-1. That hit by Coupland was his first extra base hit in quite some time. Had a home run in game 1 of the year, had a double in game 5 of the year. Hadn't had any extra base hits since until now. So he lingers at second. 1-1 count at the dish to Taylor. Nobody out in the top of the second. Pelja steps off, pirouettes towards second. No throw as Coupland steps back. Taylor, a guy in the portal, one of just a few left for the Crawdads yet to commit. Has been on base every single game this year. Make that 20 in a row. On base percentage, .365, not too bad. So he waits for the 1-1 pitch. Pelja strides and shoots home. Fastball low, 2-1. Taylor's a guy, plenty of experience, 23 years old. Spent last year at Eastern Kentucky, but a few years at JUCO in the South. Also played summer ball last year with the Atlanta Blues. In his first season with the Crawdads as he makes the trip out west. Coupland over at second, medium lead for him. Pelja looking back. Now he kicks and deals home. The 2-1, swing and a miss. Taylor was swinging for the fences and couldn't bite it. Now 2-2. Taylor, guy who spent last year with Eastern Kentucky, a team that really struggled, only won 11 of their 55 total games. Taylor struggled as well, but that seems to happen when the team isn't at its best. The player typically isn't at its best either. The 2-2 home is hit softly foul to the right side. Count even at 2-2 still. Crawdads trying to add on, had the home run in the first inning. Early production has not been a strong suit for this team this year. Had a lot of clutch moments, including yesterday before the disaster in the 9th inning. Crawdads made 4 errors in the 9th, 6 total on the day yesterday. Just unacceptable defense. Can't happen. The 2-2 pitch is lifted out to right center field. The center fielder Baker going back, and actually the left fielder, or excuse me, the center fielder Baker will make the catch, in fact, as Coupland tags to third, and a productive out for Cam Taylor.
Yeah, really great piece of hitting. Cam Taylor went out and clobbered that ball. It's unfortunate that, right center field here in Sonoma is kind of Triples Alley, really deep part of the field. So no chance to clear the fences, but put it well in the air, move the runner.
There's really no such thing as straightaway center field here. It's kind of a black hole in between right and center. As it'll bring up Chris Esquivel playing center field for the first time today, at least as a start, as he digs in on the right side. On a 3-game hit streak, second such streak this year. Kuplin over at third. First offering in there for a strike. Fastball around the knees. 0-1. DeFazio on deck. Kuplin over at third. 1 out here in the top of the second inning with a 2-0 Crawdad lead on tap right now. Pelja trying to limit the damage. The 0-1 pitch away as Sepulveda has to dive to get it. Count even at 1-1. Esquivel yesterday 1 for 1, only had that one at bat. It was a clutch RBI single in the 8th inning that tied the game at 5. Crawdads couldn't complete the full comeback though and eventually lost. 1-1, half swing, but called a strike anyways. Breaking ball outside part of the plate. 1-2 on Chris. He'll have to choke up now and protect the plate. 15 hits on the year in 24 games. Strikeouts have been the issue for him, but has limited them lately, at least relative to what it was earlier in the year. Pelja at the belt, now fires the 1-2. Low fastball, Esquivel takes, now 2-2. Esquivel has 3 RBIs his last 3 games. It's really ticked up the production. We talked to him pregame and said just has to know the moment at this point in the year. The 2-2. Low breaking ball taken for ball 3. Count runs full on Chris Esquivel. Pelja trying to find the zone. He's already surrendered 3 hits. Hasn't walked anyone yet. But hits he's given up have been big. Like I said, the home run last inning and the single, allowing the Crawdads to take a 2-0 lead. Pelja continuing to try to settle in. The full count pitch is outside, and it gets all the way to the backstop. Kuplin will hold up at third. He won't try to make the run home as Esquivel takes a walk, and that's the first walk dished out by Haroon Pelja.
Smart base running there from Kuplin. That ball laser into the backstop. Sepulveda able to get there in actually what's a pretty short kind of area behind the dish. Not a whole lot of real estate. So smart stuff.
Runners on the corners, 1 out in the top of the second. Crawdads lead 2-0. As that'll bring up Nico DeFazio, the 9-hole hitter. We'll round out this order. Fazio's been really productive for the Crawdads this year. Has 7 hits in the 9 games he's played this year. All singles, hitting .310 total. Pelja with his leg out in front. He throws back to first, and they got Esquivel. Chris caught Lacken on the base pass, and there's 2 away here in the top of the second. Kuplin still over at third.
Really nice pick off, from Haroon Pelja there. Just turns around, dishes. Esquivel had a 12-foot lead. Can't get back in time.
It's a big out number 2. DeFazio yet to take a pitch as he digs back in on the right side. Committed to Houston Christian after playing a few years elsewhere. Pelja deals in a ball outside, 1-0. DeFazio, another late addition to the Crawdads, came in late June, the last week of the month. His 3rd year of summer ball, 3rd unique team as well. Pelja stares into Sepulveda. Now the 1-0 is also away in the dirt that time on the breaking ball. 2-0. Fazio, a guy very familiar with Brant Cummings' system. Crawdads lacking a lot of depth right now. Not a ton of position players left to spare. In fact, only 10 or 11 available today. As the 2-0 is inside. Another breaking ball. Two and one on DeFazio. 2 outs in the inning. Trying to drive in another runner for the Crawdads. They lead 2-0. 2-1 pitch is blocked and in the dirt. It gets back to behind home plate, and Sepulveda rushes to it and throws over to the pitcher Pelja. Kuplin holds up again.
Yeah, Crawdads likely not going to take too many chances on pass balls here. Arnold Field, like I mentioned before, not a whole lot of stuff behind the dish, but Pelja's got a lot of work to do. DeFazio hard out.
Yeah, his on-base percentage this year, 364, slugging 310. Trying to up that here. Copeland with a big lead over at third. Peljo winds and deals the 3-1 outside, and that'll be ball 4 as DeFazio is walked, back-to-back walks in this inning. Runners on the corners for the top of the order as Trey Johnson digs in for a second time.
Really patient approach from Nico DeFazio, a guy I mentioned hitting over 300, really tough to get out, disciplined, mature guy.
So Johnson digs in, runners on the corners. He struck out against Peljo to start the game last inning. Runners on the corners, 2 out in the top of the second. Crawdads trying to add on to their 2-0 lead. Peljo stares in. Now throws back to first. DeFazio knowing he doesn't want to be the second runner picked off in the inning as he slides back in safely. Peljo, a guy that doesn't give up a ton of runs. He's only given up 4 all season heading into today. Now we'll make it 6 after the 2 he allowed last inning. Pushes at the belt down the rubber, and Johnson lifts one out to right center field. It'll be the center fielder, Keith Baker, to call for it, and that'll retire the side. The Crawdads get some traffic, but they don't score. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. 2-0 Crawdads here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back to Arnold Field. Kasey Kazliner and Charlie Limoncelli on the call as the Crawdads lead 2-0 as we begin the bottom of the second inning. Crawdads done a good job so far filling up the base paths. Sonoma threatened a bit last inning, had a few runners get on by way of the walk. But Aiden White stays on the hill, left-hander recently named an all-star. As he'll face the middle of the order, 6, 7, 8 due up for Sonoma. They're searching for their first hit of the game as the recent San Jose State commit Anthony Schepler digs in on the left side. The southpaw White dishes a fastball, swung on and missed. 0-1. Shepler started his collegiate career at Ohio State, a team that struggled last year in the Big Ten. Didn't get much time over there as a freshman. At the belt, he winds and fires. Fastball outside, 1-1. Ohio State last year only went 5-25 in conference play. So Shepler packed up. He's going to San Jose State more locally. He's from Novato originally. A 1-1 from White. Inside fastball. Shepler shrugs out of the way. 2-1. Anthony was big yesterday. Had an RBI single. Has one extra base hit on the year. Want to up his power here in the summer. The 2-1 from White is initially confusion from the home plate umpire as he signals over to the left side. It will be a hit by pitch as Shepler was clocked on the elbow. The leadoff man is aboard for the second time for Sonoma here at Arnold Field. We'll bring up Esteban Sepulveda. Not the everyday catcher. They've split time with him and Connor Pulowski. Didn't see him yesterday. The righty hitter will dig in against White. Back to the stretch again. Umpires talking maybe about that hit by pitch.
Yeah, I think they are. Crawdads pitching staff, coaching staff wanted them to have a look.
Still talking over by the first baseline. Looks like it is confirmed as Shepler camps over at first base. I'll bring up Sepulveda, started out at Pepperdine. Committed to UC Riverside, hitting 182 on the year. Struggled this year for the Stompers, a team that is better on the pitching end. As he swings at the first pitch, fouls it straight back, 0-1. Hit .303 at Pepperdine last year, had a great season in 2025. Team that navigated a lot of changes. Big lead over at first for Shepler, the 0-1, swing and a miss. White gets him to go. White yet to strike anyone out yet, but done a pretty good job so far. Small sample size through this game. Shepler still with a big lead. At the chest, the 0-2 is just a bit low. 1-2 on Sepulveda. Hasn't played since July 12th. He's got some time before the All-Star break. Has only played in 21 games. Splitting time behind the dish. The 1-2 pitch is chopped slowly left side in fair territory, sitting on the line. White throws to first, and it's going to get past Donnelly. Advancing to third, Shepler. Sepulveda into second, and another costly defensive mistake for the Crawdads.
Yeah, infield single for Sepulveda, and then White pulls Donnelly off the bag. Tough pick attempt there.
It's an E1 on Aiden White. As Shepler moves to third, Sepulveda on second. Nobody out in this inning. You're in the bottom of the second. Trent Keys digs in, lefty hitter toward the bottom of this order. He's out of the 8-hole. Committed to San Joaquin Delta College after playing at Los Medanos last year. Had a big base knock yesterday to drive in a run as the first offering in there for a strike, 0-1. He's on a 3-game hit streak. Despite hitting 186, he's been better lately. Hits in 3 of his last 4 games. So he readies up, trying to tie up this game, at least for the Stompers. White strides and shoots. The 0-1 is hit on the ground over towards second base. Calvillo picks it up, flips to first in time as the runner from third scores, and Sepulveda cruises into third base. It's 2-1.
Productive out for Trent Keys, just hit it softly on the ground, takes care of business. Stompers right back into this game.
So it's 2-1 Crawdads, 1 out in the bottom of the second. Tying run, Sepulveda over at third as Kieran Baker, the righty center fielder, digs in. Lineup will flip over after him. Made his first appearance in nearly 2 weeks yesterday, had 2 hits and 2 RBIs. As he fouls this first pitch off to the right side, 0-1. Aiden White trying to settle in and not a guy who gives up a lot of runs. That run he just surrendered was his 8th of the year, won't be earned. The 0-1, fouled back again, same spot, quickly 0-2.
Yeah, White, not normally a guy who allows a lot of base runners, strikes guys out. Bit of a rare outing for him. Stompers catching up to stuff right now.
White has 6 unearned runs on the year to only 2 earned. Point is, the Crawdads commit a lot of errors when he's pitching. The 0-2, check swing from Baker. He didn't go around. 1-2, onto the pitch in the dirt. Baker has been hot lately, has 4 hits in his last 2 appearances, albeit they've been separated by nearly 2 weeks. Had 2 against the Seagulls, then 2 against the Crawdads yesterday. A pair of ribbies, also walks. Increasing his on-base percentage to over 400. The 1-2, half swing, did he go? Yes, he did. And Baker at first thought he was fine. He thought he was not a strikeout victim, but that's the first K of the day for Aiden White, and there's 2 away with still a runner on third here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, really nice pitch for Aiden White, and Baker has the barrel clear home plate, goes around.
They'll bring up Cam Hageman, the leadoff man, who walked and stole second back in the first inning. As White dishes from the stretch, ball in the dirt, 1-0. Hageman had a big lead when he walked last inning. Zach Justice wasn't able to throw him out. Didn't throw the ball at all. So the 1-0's in there for a strike. Breaking ball hard of the plate. Hageman's a guy who's been streaky this year. Started the year hot. Had a few games in the middle without any base knocks. The 1-1 in the dirt again. Fastball runs low. 2-1 on Hageman. Stompers, a very depleted team, lost some of their most touted contributors recently. They need guys like Hageman who know the team to step up. He's played in 15 games this year. The 2-1, breaking ball again in the dirt. White missing low. 3-1 on Hageman. Hasn't had a single extra base hit this year. A 240. Known for his defense. The 3-1. Fastball hard to the plate, in there for a strike. Count runs full. 2 outs in the inning. Sepulveda over at third. He reached on the air, committed by the pitcher White. He's 90 feet away from tying this game. White agrees to the sign. The 3-2 in there. Strike 3 called. White gets out of the inning with back-to-back Ks. 1 swinging, 1 looking. We'll go to the top of the 3rd inning. Crawdads still lead 2-1 after surrendering a run. Welcome back to Arnold Field. Crawdads and Stompers set to begin the top of the third inning. Walnut Creek up 2-1 after surrendering a run last half inning. They're trying to add on as Cam Calvillo, Joey Donnelly, and Zach Justice will hit in this inning as right-hander Haroon Pelja stays on the hill. Pelja, a native of Australia, one of the few international players in this league. Calvillo 0 for 1, flied out to center field his first time up. Righty on righty matchup. Calvillo trying to add some offense to his game as the first pitch in there for a strike. Breaking ball hard at the plate. 0-1. Calvillo's had a winding collegiate career, now at Cal State Northridge, where he hit over 300 in 2025. Pelja at the belt, staring in for the sign. Now strides and shoots the 0-1 as it's carried right side foul. Quickly 0-2 on Calvillo. It was heated up lately, had his first 3-hit game of the year yesterday. Also had an RBI and a stolen base to complement it. He waits on the 0-2 as he steps out. Now back in. Pelja looking in for the sign. Now he picks it up. 0-2. Half swing fouled straight back. Now it stays 0-2.
Good protect swing there from Calvillo. Guy who's got such a great hit tool from that right-handed batter's box. See what he does here. Hit the ball well last time.
On a 9-game on-base streak, trying to extend it to double digits. They'll try to protect against Pelja. He struck out 2 Crawdads so far today. At the belt, the 0-2. Half swing from him, but pitch in the dirt. Said he didn't go around. Count now 1-2.
Deceptive stuff right now from Haroon Pelja. He's getting lots of bites, lots of check swings from the Crawdads. Breaking ball really does his job, spins low below the knees.
Pelja wanting a new ball, so he'll throw in the old one. Crawdads low on depth right now. Only 12 active position players on the roster. Not all of them are available today. They want to cruise through the rest of their schedule and get to the playoffs where anything can happen. The 1-2 from Pelja is fouled off to the right side out of the stadium. Count will stay 1 ball, 2 strikes. Calvillo playing second base today. We've seen him on the left side of the infield quite a bit as well, over at short and third. So he's moved up in the lineup quite a bit. Pelja looks in, now the 1-2. Half swing from him, pitch in the dirt, bounces back to the backstop. Didn't go around. 2-2 on Calvillo, trying to work a good AB.
And he really has so far. He's making Pelja work in this at-bat. Couple of foul balls, couple of balls in the dirt. Very minimum, he's working Pelja's pitch count up, which Crawdads will be more than happy about.
They want to get Pelja out of the game. Entered today with a 1.5 ERA, gave up the 2 early runs off the Zach Justice home run to left. Haroon looking in, the 2-2, fastball outside. Count runs full on Calvillo. No outs here in the top of the third inning. Crawdads up 2-1. They have 3 total hits to the Stompers 1 so far this game. Walnut Creek had a lot of power last year. Speaking of home runs, 34, which led the league, have not had the same fortunes this year. The payoff pitch, and it plunks the back of Calvillo. Breaking ball as he turns away from it, and he'll take first, extending his on-base streak now to 10 games, with Joey Donnelly set to come up now.
Fantastic at-bat from Cam Calvillo there, works the hit by pitch. I mean, that one obviously ran inside, but a ball, no doubt about it. So gets on base either way.
That brings up Joey Donnelly with a man on first, nobody out in the top of the third. Donnelly singled and scored back in the first after the Justice home run as he digs in on the left side. His average just recently dipped below 400. He's been a mainstay at the top of this order. Pelja now in the stretch. Kicks and deals the first offering to Donnelly outside, 1-0. Donnelly now on an 8-game hit streak, 10-game on-base streak. Leads the Crawdads in hits with 37. 7 doubles for him on the year as well. It's been an extra base hit machine for Walnut Creek when they've needed him most. At the belt, the 1-0 is hit sharply on the ground right side into right field for a base hit. Calvillo around second. He'll try for third. Donnelly stays at first, and the ball's bobbled a bit as they'll put the stop sign at Calvillo. And it'll be runners on the corners. Nobody out in the top of the third for Zach Justice, a guy you'd love to have up right now.
Absolutely, and a big day early in this one for Joey Donnelly. 2 singles, well hit on the ground. He's back to doing what he does best. Kasey is hitting the ball through the infield where it's really tough to get.
Like you mentioned, that'll bring up Zach Justice. Homered back in the first inning to drive in himself and Donnelly. Chance for more RBIs now. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Justice leads the Crawdads in home runs now with 3. 5 total RBIs for him after being a late addition to the team. Joined about a week and a half after opening day. He digs in on the right side against the righty pitcher, Pelja, trying to limit the damage. He looks in for the sign hard, now heaves it home. First pitch is low, 1-0. Goes back to the breaking ball.
Pelja really struggling to find the strike zone at the moment, Casey. Everything has been either low or inside. Can't seem to paint the corners like he was early.
Certainly will want to get back on track as this game gets closer and closer. The 1-0, swing and a miss. A low breaking ball got Justice to scoop. Count even at 1-1 on Zach, who recently committed to San Diego State out of Oregon, who stays at the D1 level. His first year with the Crawdads has a pick back to first. Donnelly is safe as the ball gets away. Calvillo trotting in from third, and it's a big mistake from Pelja as the Crawdads take a 3-1 lead. Good base running from Cam Calvillo.
Yeah, really heads-up stuff. Pelja missed the glove of Lazul there. Donnelly feigned going over to second, but stayed, which allows Calvillo to head home.
So 3-1 Crawdads. Run over at first is Donnelly. 1-1 count at the dish to Justice. Pelja looks in, nods to the side, now slings it home as it's roped out to left center field in the ballpark as the center fielder Baker will make the catch for the first out of the top of the third. Donnelly stays at first.
Another well-hit ball from Zach Justice, but into kind of where fly balls go to die, left center field.
Absolutely, it's a hard park to get home runs in, so the fact that he had a home run earlier, very impressive. As that brings up Riley Leininger. Been hot lately, did strike out in the first inning, looking. Donnelly looming over at first. Coupland on deck. Lefty hitter, righty pitcher. Pelja looks in. Trying to get out of this inning without any more damage as the first offering inside, 1-0. Pelja, a guy who, kind of an unsung hero for the Stompers, has done a good job when they needed him most, especially with a lot of guys coming and going. Nick Santavanez recently leaving the team. The 1-0 pitch. Leininger waits on it, and it's inside. As Sepulveda blocks it out in front as it just grazed the dirt. 2-0 quickly on Riley Leininger.
Another guy who's had a rougher game yesterday, but was red hot the week before. Love to see him get his first hit of the weekend.
Stompers and Crawdads all knotted up at 3 games apiece in the season series. This is a pivotal 3-game series we have on tap. Pelja all the way, the 2-0 inside. Leininger nodding, and the fact that it's 3-0 count now on him, hasn't been able to swing the bat in this at-bat at least. Donnelly over at first with a pretty short lead. Leininger readies up again. Pelja trying to get something over the plate. The 3-0 brings it home, and the 3-0's in the dirt. 4-pitch walk to Riley Leininger. Donnelly advances to second. It'll be first and second with only 1 out in the top of the third.
Leininger works another nice at-bat, his 20th walk on the season. I do believe leads the Crawdads. And Pelja continuing his struggles in finding the strike zone right now.
Command has been an issue for him. The hit by pitch earlier in this inning, the walk in this inning as well, and now 3 total walks from him on the day. As pitching coach Mike Nunez coming out to talk to him. Zach Pace not talking to him yet, the head coach, so maybe we'll stay in the game for the time being, but Crawdads still threatening. First and second, only 1 out. Joe Coupland will hit next. He had a big double back in the second inning. Was later stranded at third, but the hit tool has really flashed lately.
Yeah, it has. Coupland's been really good. Starting to see more action as a hitter after a pretty significant stretch where he didn't see any at-bats. Now that he's getting some more consistent playing time, he's coming through for Walnut Creek. It's exactly what they need with a couple of guys being shut down for the year.
The contact has been there lately as he digs in on the right side. Crawdads with a 3-1 lead, reestablishing the 2-run lead this inning after Calvillo scored on the error. Pelja looking in, First looking over at second where Donnelly has a medium lead. Now Coupland waits. Fastball hard to the plate. Called a strike. No balls. 1 strike on Joe Coupland. Talked to him pregame. Really likes playing at Chabot College. Had a great year last year as a freshman. So the ball really flies there. And the Crawdads had that in mind when playing there to start the year. A few home games as the 0-1 is swung on and missed in the dirt. Bounces just behind home plate. Quickly 0-2 on Joe Coupland. We'll have to protect now. It's a two-way guy for the Crawdads. Really adaptable guy. A guy who will play wherever he's put. Went to San Ramon Valley High School and played third base there primarily for the Wolves. Runners on first and second, each with medium leads. Leininger over at first, Donnelly on second base. Pelcha looking in, now lifts up the leg. The 0-2 in the dirt. Good block from Sepulveda. He throws over to second as Donnelly's caught, and he'll steal third in the process. Really good base running from Donnelly to read the throw and get into third.
Yeah, he's such a great base runner, Kasey. Had Sepulveda fooled. Thought he was going to go for a back pick. Instead, Donnelly trots over to third base.
Defense has not been the strong suit of this game so far. Some mistakes by both teams. Now runners on the corners, 1-2 on Coupland. 1 out in the top of the third. Pelcha stares in for the sign. Now nods to it. The 1-2 pitch as runner Leininger goes to second. The throw, and they got him. Really nice throw from Sepulveda. Redeems himself for the last play, and there's 2 away.
Yeah, Leininger, a bit of a late jump there and a really nice throw from Sepulveda behind the dish. Tough break there for Leininger.
Which was called the ball, so it's 2-2 on Coupland. Donnelly still over at third. Leininger caught stealing. That's the second Crawdad caught stealing this game, as Esquivel was picked off earlier, back in the second inning. 2-2 on Coupland. Taylor would be next. As Pelcha delivers fastball outside. Full count on Joe Coupland. He'll play another year at Chabot College this upcoming school year. Had a 5 ERA on the pitching end. Hit .265 with an OPS over 800 this past season. The payoff pitch is in there. Strike 3 looking. Fastball hard to the plate. Gets Coupland. That's 3 Ks for Pelcha. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. Crawdads up 3-1 on the Stompers. Welcome back to Arnold Field. Crawdads with a 3-1 lead as we begin the bottom of the third inning. Aiden White, the left-hander, still on the hill for the Crawdads. He struck out the last two of the bottom of the second inning, as he'll face 2-3-4, starting with Max Handren, who walked back in the first inning. Crawdads with a 3-1 advantage, scored 1 run last inning to extend their lead. Handren playing it short today, lefty hitter against the lefty pitcher. White looks in, the first pitch low and away. Curveball that time, 1-0. Handren, former teammate of Joey Donnelly of the Crawdads. Both played at Cal for a handful of years. White looks in, strides and shoots the 1-0. Low and inside fastball, quickly a hitter's count, 2-0 on Max Handren. It's been electric for the Stompers these past few weeks. 8 hits his last 3 games, despite going hitless yesterday. 2-0 is ripped on the ground over toward short. Calvillo ranging to his right, picks it up, bobbles it, throws to first in time. And a late call, in fact, he's not in time. So it's going to be likely an E4 there, as it was bobbled by Calvillo. See how they rule it on the scoreboard. It looks like it is an E4. And actually, the scoreboard operator changes it to a hit. So, apologies for the confusion. Max Handren with a hit. He's had hits in nearly every game so far for the Stompers, as Xander Seelkin digs in for the second time, hitting to his fielder's choice in the first, as White dishes a ball low, 1-0. Seelkin making his Stompers debut, trying to get his first Stompers hit. Started out at University of Hawaii, where he's originally from. Now making the trek to the mainland. The 1-0 in there for a strike. Fastball hard at the plate. 1-1. Seelkin will be a rising redshirt junior. Didn't actually play at Hawaii. Was there in 2023. Took a redshirt. Was the top-ranked third baseman at Hawaii in the class of 2022 out of high school. The 1-1 is drifted out to shallow center field. Esquivel under it. He'll make the catch for the first out of the bottom of the third, as Handren treks back to first.
First baseman, number 45.
That'll bring up Paul Lazul. First baseman grounded out to first base his first time up. 1 out, bottom of the third inning. Aiden White trekking along in this game so far. So the Crawdads' best hurler this season. Lazul digs in on the left side, lefty-lefty matchup. First offering from White, low and in the dirt. Fastball taken for ball 1, 1-0. Lazul on a 3-game hit streak. Had his 3rd home run of the year yesterday. He's combined for 5 hits his last 3 games. White stares in, fires the 1-0 as it's chopped on the ground over to shortstop. DeFazio picks it up, throws the second for 1, on to first, in time. And the side is retired. 6-4-3 double play gets Aiden White and the Crawdads out of the inning. They lead 3-1 as we'll go to the top of the 4th inning here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. Welcome back to the top of the fourth inning here at Arnold Field. Crawdads lead 3-1. It's a new pitcher on the hill for Sonoma. Micah Marquez, the right-hander out of William Jessup University. He's been very good this year for the Stompers. 0 ERA in 6 appearances over 11 innings of work. As 7-8-9 will be up for the Crawdads, starting with Cam Taylor, the lefty hitter. He's 0 for 1 with a flyout. Facing off against Marquez for the first time with his bright red glove. The first offering to Taylor. Fastball right down Broadway, 0-1. After Taylor takes. Marquez, 107 ERA this past year at William Jessup. You're hearing that right. You give up 8 runs in 2/3 of an inning. That's what that number figures to. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Taylor late on it on the outside fastball. Quickly, no balls, 2 strikes on Cam Taylor. Guy who's had an up and down season this year for the Crawdads. But he does have hits in back-to-back games. He's been on base in 20 straight games. He'll have to protect on the 0-2 as Marquez waits at the belt, now fires as it's drifted foul to the left side, out of play. Count stays at 0-2. As the season winds down, a lot of guys making their final commitments, and Cam Taylor trying to figure out where he will go this upcoming season. In the transfer portal as a 23-year-old with 2 years of eligibility left. Marquez looking for the punch-out stuff. He waits at the belt. Now strides and shoots the 0-2 as it's lifted out to left field toward the corner, and it's going to drop in fair territory off the wall. Taylor rounding first. He'll get into second safely, and it's a leadoff double here in the top of the fourth for Cam Taylor.
Really great piece of hitting right there from Cam Taylor. Out in front of the fastball, pulls it, or excuse me, goes the other way on the left field foul line. Really great stuff with that power. Now hits in 3 straight for him.
Good piece of hitting to lead off the top of the fourth. As Taylor's over at second for Chris Esquivel with nobody out. Crawdads lead 3-1. That was their 5th hit of the game. The offense really picking up early despite not having one of their best hitters, John Ewens. Esquivel digs in on the right side. He walked back in the second in his lone plate appearance. Marquez with some work to do now out of the stretch. He looks back at second, now home. Fires the first offering to Esquivel, and it's lifted out to straightaway right field. Keys camping under it. He'll make the catch. Taylor tagging. The throw cut off, and the relay's not in time. As Taylor will tag up and get to third. Productive out for Chris Esquivel, driving it to right.
Absolutely, Crawdads will take that any day of the week. Chris Esquivel continues to be a very productive hitter for Walnut Creek, even when he's not getting hits exactly. Veteran stuff from the former St. Mary's Gale.
That'll bring up Nico DeFazio. He walked as well back in the second inning. Taylor over at third, 1 out in the top of the fourth. Crawdads up 3-1, trying to extend it here. DeFazio, an on-base machine for the Crawdads this year. They'd love a hit out of him as he takes high. First offering from Marquez, 1-0. DeFazio has only gone hitless in 2 games this year. Albeit he's only played in 9, but he's hitting .310 on the season. Marquez fires the 1-0 outside. DeFazio thought he wanted to go, but held up. 2-0 quickly on the man from Oakland originally. Went to Piedmont High School, not far from the main city. Spent time at Chabot College and University of the Pacific, now at Houston Christian. Marquez at the belt, takes a breath, now fires the 2-0. Fastball in there for a strike. 2-1 on Nico DeFazio, who checks in with the home plate umpire to get a grasp on the zone. DeFazio has only walked twice this year, including the one he had earlier today. Likes to swing the bat a whole lot. 2-1 is drifted right side in fair territory down the line. Taylor scoring from third, DeFazio rounding first. He'll get into second base standing, and the Crawdads extend their lead. It's 4-1 as Nico DeFazio delivers big in the clutch in the top of the fourth.
Really nice piece of hitting from DeFazio. Flares it off the end of the barrel the other way. Squeaks just in front of that right field foul line. That's an advanced approach from the young man heading to Houston Christian.
That's 2 opposite field doubles in the inning for the Crawdads. And they're rewarded at the bottom of the order. Lineup flips over for Trey Johnson. Runner on second, 1 out in the inning here in the top of the fourth. Johnson 0 for 2 with a K and a flyout. Lefty hitter, righty pitcher as Marquez tries to get out of the trouble. That's the first earned run he's given up all year. First offering, swing and a miss. Johnson bites at the outside fastball, 0-1. And you heard that right. Marquez at a 0 ERA heading into today. Finally gives up a run. It's a rematch of the divisional championship last year between these two teams. Always a competitive landscape here in the North. Marquez checking back at second. Now the 0-1 home in the dirt, blocked by Sepulveda. 1-1 on Johnson. Guy who started the year as the leadoff man every game pretty much for the Crawdads. Moved down a bit. We saw him in the 8th spot quite a bit, but now up top again. Crawdads don't have much depth. They want to get a lot of production out of their table setter. Big lead over at second for DeFazio. Marquez looking hard at him. Now the 1-1 home is low. 2-1 on Trey. Another guy with a good eye. Crawdads, after that home run they had earlier today, only 16 on the year compared to 34 last year. A lot of more contact-heavy bats this season compared to the power they've seen previously. But nonetheless, they lead 4-1 in this big game. The 2-1 for Marquez, inside and high fastball taken by Trey Johnson. 3-1. Crawdads had 7 All-Stars this season compared to the 9 they had last year. Still a good figure, but a few of those guys inactive as we speak. For Crawdads team lacking a lot of position player depth. Marquez strides and shoots the 3-1 as it's lifted left side toward foul territory. The left fielder Hegeman chasing, and he'll make the catch as he makes a nice play out in left field. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th with DeFazio still at second base.
Hegeman did a really nice job robbing Trey Johnson of at least a base hit, if not extra bases. Well struck off the bat the other way, over towards the line, and another good defensive play for Sonoma.
And if you're the Crawdads, that's the 3rd time this inning you've had contact the other way hard. So you got to be really happy if you're Brant Cummings.
Absolutely, you appreciate that from your hitters after yesterday's performance. Really seeing Marquez well out of the windup.
Absolutely, the righty hitter Cam Calvillo digs in for the 3rd time as he takes the ball low and away, 1-0. DeFazio still at second here in the top of the 4th with 2 away. Calvillo was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. He scored after the error from Haroon Pelja, who was on the hill at the time. He also flied out in the 1st, so he's 0 for 1. Calvillo on a 10-game on-base streak. Will want to score in DeFazio here. The 1-0 for Marquez is lifted out to straightaway center field. Baker taking a few steps to his left. He'll make the catch, and the side is retired. So the Crawdads get 2 doubles. They get 1 run. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th as Walnut Creek leads 4-1 here on the Crawdads Streaming Network. The Crawdads tapped on another run last half inning. They lead 4-1 as we begin the bottom of the fourth here at Arnold Field in Sonoma. Beautiful Saturday night with the stands nearly fully packed. It'll be 5, 6, 7 due up for the Stompers. They have some work to do. They lead games in the North over the Crawdads at first. They trail 4-1 as it will be Kyle Olympia, Anthony Shepler, and Esteban Sepulveda in this inning. Olympia digs in. He's 0 for 1, making his Stompers debut today. The lefty pitcher White is on again for the Crawdads as he dishes a fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. White's been good for the Crawdads so far. He struck out a pair, giving up just 1 run, and it was unearned. At the belt, he winds and deals the 0-1. Fastball just a bit outside, 1-1. Olympia playing at the DH today, making a Stompers debut out of San Francisco State, where he's a career .384 hitter. He's had a really good career in San Francisco. The 1-1 belted on the ground over to the left side into the outfield for a base hit. Past the outstretched glove of the shortstop DeFazio. And that's the first career Stompers hit for Kyle Olympia as he cruises into first.
Yeah, really nice job there from Olympia. Takes that breaking ball offering from White and goes kind of up the middle with it. Slightly over to the left, but hard contact on the ground. DeFazio, not a chance.
The leadoff man is aboard for Anthony Shepler with nobody out in the bottom of the fourth. Shepler hit by a pitch and scored the lone run back in the second off some small ball play from the Stompers. Came in off an RBI ground out. From the stretch, White deals a fastball outside, 1-0. Catcher Zach Justice nodding to him. That's not a bad place to miss, but it's 1-0 nonetheless. Shepler went hitless in 4 games at Ohio State last year, team that finished toward the bottom of the Big Ten. The 1-0 from White, just a bit outside. Breaking ball that time. Quickly 2-0 on Shepler, who had his first hit in 3 games yesterday. Not a guy who was a regular in the starting lineup earlier in the year, but has found a lot more playing time recently. At the belt, the 2-0, swing and a miss. Fastball got him to go a bit late. 2-1 on Anthony Shepler. Guy local around here from Novato originally, San Marin High School alum. Was a 4-year letter winner at San Marin. Won a section championship in 2024. At the chest, White looking at first. Now he hurls home the 2-1 as it's fouled off the catcher's glove of Zach Justice. Count even at 2-2. Shepler yesterday productive at a sac fly, a single. He wants to step up more, as the Stompers, like the Crawdads, don't have a ton of depth, albeit adding some names into the order recently. As he steps out of the box, White off the bump. Be a 2-2 count on Anthony Shepler. With Olympia over at first, nobody out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Crawdads with a 4-1 lead. Walnut Creek's scored in all but 1 inning so far. White now ready on the bump, first base side of it, to be exact. The 2-2 pitch home. Breaking ball, strike 3 called. Shepler thought it was strike 2 as he took a minute to walk back to the dugout, but there's 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. The man still at first.
Really beautiful breaking ball right there from Aiden White. Just loops it, goes from the letters to the knees, drops in a little bit like a hammer.
Yeah, it's his 3rd strikeout of the day, 2nd one looking, as that'll bring up Esteban Sepulveda. Reached on an error back in the 2nd. Made it to 3rd, but was stranded there. Righty hitter against the lefty pitcher, White. Stares over at first, now fires home. As it's popped up left side in foul territory. Leininger chasing. And it's going to be a foul ball. 0-1 on Esteban Sepulveda. Really nice day here in Sonoma. Last time the Crawdads will play here, as the 2 teams will go to Walnut Creek tomorrow to finish off this 3-game series. Crawdads and Stompers, 2 pretty historic teams here in Northern California. I've had a lot of good matchups over the years, including the division series last year in the North, where the Crawdads prevailed and eventually moved on to the championship. As Sepulveda looks like might have some dirt in his face. He's clearing that off. It's very dusty here in Sonoma.
Yeah, it is. Dust really loves to fly around here at Arnold Field.
Sonoma had the 2nd most home runs, only behind the Crawdads last year, 21-34. The 0-1 to White. Fastball hard to the plate, called strike 2. White quickly in control on Esteban. Guy who's committed to UC Riverside. Crawdads have a UC Riverside commit as well, Halen Guerrero. Two guys will be Highlanders in the fall. Olympio with a bit of a lead over at first. White looking at him. Trying to make a decision whether to throw to first or throw home. He's going to fire home the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Throw back to first. Not in time. Fastball high and away. Got Sepulveda to go. And that's back-to-back Ks after the single given up by Aiden White here in the bottom of the fourth.
And this is the Aiden White that we're used to seeing, Casey. He looks dominant right now, painting the corners of the zone, challenging hitters, and they can't catch up to the stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, we don't have velocities on hand, but he's touched lower 90s this year consistently, and for a lefty, that's impressive.
Absolutely.
So that'll bring up Trent Keys. He had an RBI ground out back in the second to drive in the lone run. Hitting out of the left side against White. Fastball hard to the plate. Called the ball, though. Not sure where that missed, but it's 1-0. Keys, a guy who played for the Humboldt Crabs out of the Pacific Empire League last year. He's hitting 186 this season with the Stompers. Committed to San Joaquin Delta. The 1-0, laced to the left side. Foul. 1-1 on Trent Keys. Started out at San Jose State, didn't play at all there, and has kind of moved around the JUCO ranks ever since. It's a path we see a lot of guys go. Starting out at a D1 program, maybe not getting the looks. So they go on to JUCO programs and try to work their way up from there. Wide at the chest, still a man over at first with 2 out. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Breaking ball hard to the plate. Got Keys to go, and he'll have to choke up. 1-2 count on him. White searching for 3 straight Ks after allowing the single. He has 4 on the day so far. Looks in hard on the sign from Zach Justice. Shoos away 2, then agrees to the third. Pushes off the rubber, the 1-2. Popped up left side out of play. It'll be foul again. Keys protecting, stays 1-2.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job of protecting the plate, Casey. He's been laid on a couple offerings, both the fastball and the breaking ball from Aiden White. See what the lefty goes to here for the put away.
White in control. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup. He has a 1-2 count on Keys. Olympia's only been able to watch 2 guys strike out over at first after getting the single. The 1-2 home. Swing and a miss. 3 straight Ks for Aiden White. He has 5 on the day as he fools Trent Keys and stares him down to the dugout. So we'll go to the top of the 5th inning. Crawdads lead 4-1 here in Sonoma. Welcome back to Sonoma. Crawdads in control. They lead 4-1 as we begin the top of the 5th. Micah Marquez set for his 2nd inning of work on the mound. He gave up 2 doubles last inning and a run. So he's trying to settle in as the 2nd hurler on the hill for Sonoma. For the Crawdads this inning, it'll be 3-4-5. Joey Donnelly, Zach Justice, and Riley Leininger. Truly the heart of the order for the Crawdads. Donnelly digs in on the left side. He's had a really productive day. 2 for 2, a run scored on 2 singles, and a stolen base. Donnelly digging in against Marquez. Comes set at the belt. And the first offering to Donnelly, outside, 1-0. Breaking pitch that time. Donnelly committed to Fordham University on the East Coast after spending time, really his whole life, in the Bay Area. De La Salle High School, playing with the Crawdads and the Cal Bears. The 1-0 pitch, low and in the dirt, breaking ball again. 2-0 on Joey Donnelly. CCL All-Star this past week. Leads the Crawdads in hits with 38 now after the 2 today. 7 doubles on the year as well. 2 homers, 20 RBIs. Marquez takes a breath. Now strides and shoots. Here's the 2-0. Hit hard on the right side, over on the ground to first. Lazul picks it up. He'll take it to the bag himself. 1 out in the top of the 5th.
Good pitch there from Marquez, in on the hands of Donnelly, only able to ground it softly to first.
So that's the first time Donnelly's retired today. So that'll bring up Zach Justice, who had the big fly back in the first inning, drove in 2 runs. He's 1 for 2 overall. First time facing off against Marquez. Righty on righty matchup as Marquez agrees now at the belt with his orange glove. First offering to Justice outside and low. 1-0 on the breaking ball. Justice, not a guy who has provided a lot of average production in terms of consistent hitting, but a guy with a team lead in home runs. The 1-0 popped up right side, foul territory. Be out of play. Count even at 1-1. Justice entered today with only 3 RBIs on the year. Tallied 2, now up to 5. 1 out in the top of the 5th. Crawdads have scored in all but 1 inning to this point. If they score today, or in this inning rather, it'll extend that. Marquez at the belt. The 1-1 is drilled out to right field. A bit of a run back for Keys, but it's in the ballpark. He'll put the glove up and make the catch for out number 2.
Lots of hard contact today for Zach Justice, but other than the home run, 2 flyouts. But I like what I'm seeing there. He's lifting everything, showcasing the power.
So the last chance in the top of the 5th is Riley Leininger. 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. He's been playing some of his best ball lately. He's had multi-hit games in 3 of his last 5 games. Has 7 multi-hit games on the year now. Looking for his first hit today as the first offering outside, fastball around the knees, 1-0. Marquez trying to eat up some innings for the Stompers. They've been low on depth recently after having a lot of players either go back home or be injured. The 1-0 is a high and away fastball, 2-0. Leininger was walked on 4 pitches earlier in the game. Hasn't swung at a pitch in, make it 6 straight pitches. The 2-0 is drilled right side toward foul territory, out of play. Good contact for Leininger as it's 2-1.
Yeah, he belted that one into the deep right field side of the park. Unfortunately, he sliced it a bit out in front from the lefty swing.
So he steps out, now back in. 2-1 on Leininger. Recently announced he'd transfer out of Oklahoma to the SEC. 2-1, outside pitch, breaking ball. 3-1 on Leininger, who's now at risk of being walked for the 2nd time. Marquez trying to find some command. Hasn't given up a walk yet, but a few hits have hurt him. Leininger waits. Now the 3-1 pitch. Outside, ball 4. Fastball opposite batter's box. And it's a 2-out walk for the Crawdads here in the top of the 5th.
Another patient approach from Riley Leininger. Obviously, the one hard hit ball that went foul used to be a tough out for any pitching staff to try and get.
Absolutely, as that'll bring up Joe Coupland with a man on first and 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Coupland doubled in the 2nd, struck out in the 3rd. So he's 1 for 2. Marquez out of the stretch. Looks in, now kicks and deals as it's laced to the left side, down for a base hit in left field. Leininger will stop at 2nd. It's a single for Joe Coupland, and that's a multi-hit game for Joe. His 2nd multi-hit game of the year and 1st since June 18th, over a month ago.
Yeah, Coupland's been on a tear of late, Casey. Past 2 days, he's looked really good for Walnut Creek. Like we mentioned at the top of this broadcast, Crawdads need guys to step up. Justice, obviously, with the home run did so earlier, and now Coupland, 2 hits today as well. Great stuff.
Runners on 1st and 2nd, 2 outs in the top of the 5th. As that'll do it for Micah Marquez. Zach Pace, the head coach for the Stompers, relieving him, as it looks like it'll be Zach Poulos. Anyways, a new pitcher coming up We'll take a short break here on the Crawdads Streaming Network here as the Crawdads lead 4-1. Welcome back here in the top of the fifth inning. Crawdads threatening. 2 on, 2 out. As it's Leininger at second, Coupland on first for Cam Taylor. Facing off against the new pitcher, Nick Poulos. Out of Modesto Junior College. Holds a 3 ERA this summer for the Stompers in 3 appearances. Hasn't pitched in a month. So I want to work out the kinks against Crawdad order that swung a lot today. As Taylor takes a fastball high and away, 1-0. Cam doubled and scored in the 4th last inning. Hit one out to left field the other way. Also flied out in the 2nd. He wants to continue his big day. Now on a 21-game on-base streak. Cam waits. Poulos looking over at second. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Taylor way late on the fastball. 1-1. Chris Escobar on deck. Crawdads looking to formulate a 2-out rally after Leininger was walked and Coupland singled to left field. Couple of practice hacks from Taylor. Now he readies up on the left side against the right-hander. Poulos, the 1-1 inside, 2-1 as Taylor takes. Cam Taylor, a guy with a good eye. Mentioned the on-base streak. He doesn't always feel trigger happy. 14 walks to 20 strikeouts. The ratio is not great, but 14 walks is toward the top of the Crawdads leaderboard. Poulos with his glove tucked in on his number. Now comes set at the belt. Looks at second, now the 2-1. Inside breaking ball, 3-1. Taylor wants to swing, you can tell.
Absolutely, he's a guy who loves to muscle the ball into the outfield. He actually has a prime opportunity in right field. Keys playing nearly in center field. If he pulls one down the line, could be extra bases.
3-1 count on him, 2 men on, 2 out in the top of the 5th. 4-1 Crawdads. The 3-1 pitch popped up foul behind us. Count will run full on Cam Taylor. He leads the team in strikeouts. I mentioned the 20, but the 14 walks have kept him in the order, as well as now 16 hits in 20 games, hitting .224. He steps out, now back in. Runners will be in motion. Leininger at second, Coupland at first. Poulos coming set, trying to get the out here. The payoff pitch to Taylor. In there, strike 3 call. Breaking ball outside corner, and that'll retire the side. Crawdads threaten a bit, but they lead 4-1. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th here on the Crawdads Streaming Network.
Welcome back to the bottom of the fifth on the Crawdads streaming network. Charlie Limoncelli, Kasey Kazliner here with you for this one. Crawdads up by 4, up 4-1. Aiden White, the lefty formerly of Nebraska, now at Amarillo College. Trying to get through 5 innings of work. He's been pretty spotless thus far, Kasey. Just 2 hits, 1 earned run, his tally for the day. He'll face 9-1-2, Kieran Baker, Cameron Hegeman, and Max Handren in the Stompers order as they try to deal some damage with this depleted roster. White 5 strikeouts on the day. Struck out Baker. That was his first one back in the 2nd inning.
He's been really solid. I mean, the stuff that he's painting the corners with has been really fooling the Stompers. And like you mentioned, it's depleted roster. It's a lot of guys who aren't used to White.
Absolutely. He's been much more electric of late in the past couple innings. Struck out 3 to end the bottom of the 4th. Try to do the same here. Love to get a decision here as well. 2-0 entering today with a 0.79 ERA. The lefty's first offering to the right-handed center fielder Baker. Fastball high and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Baker, the College of San Mateo guy, a San Francisco native. Hit .302 in 41 games with San Mateo. The 1-0 half swing fouled away on the right side, well out of play.
It's one of those stadiums where you don't need a full swing to hit it out of the park on a foul ball.
No, not at all. Margin's a little bit thin here at Arnold Field. White kicks and delivers the 1-1 to Baker. Fouled back yet again, this time a full swing.
What makes it an interesting park is you don't have a lot of room behind home plate, but the dimensions in the outfield are very ambiguous, and 435 to center.
Yeah, 435 to center and just 311 to each of the foul poles. Makes it a bit of a hitter-friendly park for the pull side guys. As the 1-2 swinging a foul tip into the glove. Kieran Baker retired on strikes. That's White's 4th strikeout in a row.
Yeah, after the single he gave out to Olympia, has been dishing. 4 straight Ks, like you said. 6 on the day.
Yeah, righty-lefty doesn't matter against Aiden White, a guy who just strikes hitters out. Lineup does flip over. Cam Hegeman, the left fielder in the leadoff spot. Walked and stole a bag in the first and struck out looking in the second as he takes a fastball below the knees. White, the Prosper, Texas native, a rising sophomore in the portal. Here in just 1 game for the Nebraska Cornhuskers this spring. Delivers a breaking ball at the knees, 1-1 to Cam Hegeman. White, the number 16 left-handed pitcher in Texas out of high school. Another breaking ball on the 1-1 below the knees this time.
And White's a guy who is very patient as well. It doesn't fluster him when he gets in 3-ball counts, you can tell.
White, the 2-1 delivery. Fastball grounded hard over to second. Calvillo collects, throws to Donnelly at first for the out. 5 straight retired for Aiden White. Now deep into the 5th inning. Max Handren, the shortstop from the left side up. 1 for 1 today, walked in the first and reached in the 3rd on a single. Handren, one of the most potent bats at the moment for the Stompers after Brady Shannon, Colton Boardman shut down for the year. Handren nearly hitting 400 at 397 entering today. Takes a breaking ball at the knees, strike 1 from White.
And it's stealing that first strike that's been so good for him today, especially against a guy like Handren, who's an on-base machine.
The 0-1 from White. Another breaking ball. Check swing. Did not go around. 1 ball and 1 strike. And even when White hasn't gotten that first pitch strike, he's been able to recover well after delivering balls in the first pitch to the Stompers hitters. Current tally 6 strikeouts for Aiden White. Matches his season high. The 1-1 to Handren. Breaking ball below the knees. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And it helps when you have a guy like Zach Justice behind the plate who's such a great framer, but also really good at calling pitches, you can tell.
Absolutely. Justice, perhaps the best defensive catcher in the CCL North. The 2-1 to Handren. Check swing. Fastball at the knees. He went around.
That was his pitch. Handren could easily have sent that ball out to the outfield, maybe to the gaps, but nonetheless, a half swing hesitation.
Yeah, the 5'10", 175-pounder loves it at the knees, but held up there. Now the 2-2 from White. Fastball low, full count. White, 3rd-team All-State selection as a senior at Prosper High School. Was 10-1 with a 1.22 ERA. 81 Ks. Looking for another one here. The payoff. Breaking ball at the knees. Called ball 4. First base runner this inning for Sonoma. Very close pitch there on the breaking ball.
Yeah, that could have been easily called strike 3, and that goes back to what we said about Justice. He framed it well, maybe a little bit low. Just robbed of, again, another inning potentially where he would have had 2+ strikeouts, but maybe he can get out Silken here.
Absolutely. Xander Silken in the 3 spot up, making his Stompers debut, 0 for 2. Takes one low, 1 ball and no strikes to Silken. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first and flew out in the 3rd inning. Former Hawaii guy and 2 seasons at West Valley College, now in the portal. The 1-0 from White, fastball, soft ground ball over to 3rd. Leininger collects the throw to 1st in time. Aiden White works 1 walk, strikes out another, and gets through the bottom of the 5th. Scoreless will head to the top of the 6th. Crawdads back up to bat, leading by 3 right after this. Back for the top of the 6th here at Arnold Field in Sonoma. Crawdads over the Stompers, 4-1 right now. 8-9-1 due up for Walnut Creek. Chris Esquivel, Nico DeFazio, Trey Johnson facing the right-hander Nicholas Poulos. Struck out Cam Taylor to end the top of the 5th, trying to get through his first full inning of work. Esquivel, the center fielder today for Walnut Creek, making his first start in that position. 0 for 1 with a walk and a flyout. The righty Poulos sets at the glove. First offering to Esquivel, fouled back on the breaking ball, 0-1.
We talked to Esquivel before the game began, and he said really changed his approach in the box, and that's really what's contributed to his resurgence.
Yeah, he's on a 3-game hit streak right now, trying to extend that to 4 here in his 3rd at-bat today. The 0-1 check swing on the breaking ball low. Appeal to first base says he went around. 0-2 on Esquivel, have to choke up here. Guy who's played in 24 games for Walnut Creek, been a bit of a mainstay. Hitting .238 entering this one. 3 extra base hits on the year. The 0-2, breaking ball in the opposite batter's box. He'll take that one for sure. Poulos, the Modesto junior college guy, a rising sophomore there. ERA of 3 in 3 appearances for Sonoma. This his 4th. The righty kicks and deals the 1-2, swing and a miss. Blew the fastball past Esquivel. 2 straight strikeouts for Nicholas Poulos in his first game in a month. Last pitched on June 19th.
Yeah, he's done a good job so far, and again, this is a tough lineup to sit down, especially it feels like the Crawdads are kind of playing mad right now after what happened yesterday.
Absolutely. Certainly enraged by the 4 errors in the top of the 9th, excuse me. First offering to DeFazio, the 9-hitter. Fastball low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Crawdads coaching staff, head coach Brant Cummings, Dustin Cheney, and Derek Nicholson had a long chat with the players after last night's loss. Seems like they got a fire today. The 1-0 fouled away on the right side, out of play.
Yeah, I mean, when you make 4 errors in the 9th inning to lose the game, where do you go from there? I think that was sort of the question, and I think you have to take it one game at a time, and especially in a long season like this when you're losing guys as well.
Absolutely. DeFazio had a magnificent day yesterday, was 2 for 3 in the loss with an RBI. He's 1 for 1 today with an RBI double as well as he takes a fastball high and tight. 2 balls and 1 strike to the starting shortstop for Walnut Creek after the departure of Jared Medham. DeFazio hitting .310, entering today in 9 games. Has hits in all but 2 appearances. The 2-1 to him. Fastball inside, middle part of the zone, but it's ball 3.
Good at bat from DeFazio, a guy who's really had quality ABs this year. I'd say out of most of the team, I'd say he's probably the guy with one of the best approaches on this team.
Absolutely. Great guy in the 9 spot. The 3-run from Poulos. Ball 4, fastball inside. Second walk of the day for Nico DeFazio, just his 3rd on the year. And it flips the lineup over.
Yeah, we were talking to him in between innings. He was joking about how he's the best 9-hole hitter in the league, and really a second leadoff guy. On base 3 times and really showing why he should maybe move up the order.
Absolutely. He's been rather effective in the 9 spot as Trey Johnson comes up to bat 0 for 3 today, 2 flyouts and a strikeout swinging. First offering to Johnson, shows bunt, puts it down, foul. Something that the Crawdads have been practicing recently in batting practice is those drag bunt drills. Trey Johnson, a guy who had some success in that drill yesterday during batting practice. Also a guy who's been really hot of late, Kasey, since June 26th. 10 for 30 in 11 games, even .300. Poulos, a pick back over to first. DeFazio slides safely. Still 0-1 at the dish to Trey Johnson. Rising sophomore at Skyline College. Playing left field for the Crawdads today, the 0-1 to him. Fastball below the knees, 1 ball and 1 strike. 3-run lead for Walnut Creek here in the top of the 6th, trying to tack on some more. Poulos from the stretch, sets at the belt. The 1-1 to Johnson. DeFazio takes off and Sepulveda loses the transfer to the glove. DeFazio with a stolen bag, runner in scoring position for Trey Johnson now.
And a nice slide. Even if there was a throw, he would have been safe by a mile. Really good read there from Nico, now with a dirty jersey.
Crawdad base running has been one of their strengths this season. Head coach Brent Cummings is over at third base, loves to send his guys. Was called strike at the dish, so it's 1-2 to Trey Johnson. Poulos peers to second. The 1-2 offering, hit hard on the ground over to first. A diving play from Lazul. He doesn't get there. That one's into right field. Johnson turns from second. He's in with an RBI double. DeFazio scores. 5-1 Walnut Creek.
Wow, and I mean, you look at the line so far. You start this game with the Zach Justice home run, and then since then, it's been 4 doubles for the Crawdads. Extra base hit after extra base hit. That's got to be punishing right now for the Stompers.
Absolutely, and now back-to-back games for Trey Johnson with a double as his hot streak continues. Still a runner in scoring position, 1 down for Cam Calvillo. 0 for 2 today, hit by a pitch in the 3rd, his lone time aboard. Righty-righty matchup against Calvillo, the veteran Crawdad. His 4th summer with the team. First offering to him, fastball away. 1 ball and no strikes. Nicholas Poulos, just his 2nd earned run allowed on the season off that RBI double. Had one in his last appearance on June 19th against the Philippines baseball group. Went an inning there, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 5 batters faced. The 1-0 to Calvillo, up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Calvillo, the Castro Valley native, has bounced around a couple colleges, but spent the spring at Cal State Northridge. Hit .304 with the Matadors in 38 games. The 2-0. Calvillo, hard ground ball over to short. Handren can't get there and misses the glove. Johnson rounding 3rd. He'll head into 2nd. An RBI single for Cam Calvillo, and it's a 6-1 ball game for the Crawdads.
They just keep adding on, and you can tell that they're really feeling it at the plate across the board. Everyone's had good at-bats today.
Crawdads staying patient, but knowing when to attack in this one, Kasey. Offense coming alive.
Absolutely. Now you have Donnelly up trying to continue the damage here in this inning.
Donnelly, the all-star selection for Walnut Creek. 2 for 3 today, 2 singles. Extended his hit streak to 8 games. First offering to the lefty first baseman outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Donnelly hits in 21 of his 26 games played. Good for a .387 average entering today, second in the CCL North. The 1-0 to the all-star, fouled back. 1-1 to the 6'2", 210-pound Alamo native. Donnelly went to De La Salle High School in Concord, known for their athletics programs. He's one of the top players on a prestigious team there in high school. The 1-1. Fastball at the knees, called a strike. Donnelly shakes it off, didn't quite agree with it.
Yeah, strike zone's been a little bit interesting today, we'll say.
Absolutely a bit of inconsistency. Poulos looks in. The 1-2 to Donnelly, breaking ball in the dirt. Sepulveda pops up, feigns the back pick over to first. 2-2 to Donnelly, 1 down in the top of the 6th. Calvillo at first, 10-foot lead for him. Donnelly 4 seasons at Cal Berkeley, now we'll go to Fordham in the Bronx. The 2-2 from Poulos. Donnelly fouls it back. That one went over the backstop. Fans had to get out of the way. That'll be a souvenir for somebody. Donnelly, another veteran Crawdad, 3rd year with Walnut Creek. Spent 2022 and 23 with the team, then last summer with Arroyo Seco in the south of the CCL. The 2-2, check swing, fouled back yet again. Donnelly all over Poulos right now.
Yeah, has a big smile on his face, and you can tell he's fiending for another hit, already with a couple on the day.
First multi-hit game for Donnelly since July 9th, where he was 3 for 5 against these very Stompers. 2-2 yet again, swing and a miss. Donnelly misses the outside breaking ball from Poulos.
Good pitch there from Poulos, especially in this situation where the game feels like it's getting away a bit. Striking out the best hitter on the team.
Definitely a tall task, but Poulos gets it done. Still 1 aboard, 2 down in the top of the 6th for Zach Justice, who's 1 for 3 with a 2-run shot in the first. Poulos first offering to the righty. High fly ball into right field. Keys going back, puts it away. Crawdads retired after scoring a pair here in the top of the 6th. We'll head to the bottom of the frame. Sonoma trying to cut into the 5-run deficit. Welcome back to the bottom of the 6th on the Crawdads streaming network. Walnut Creek up by 5 on the Sonoma Stompers here at Arnold Field. Heart of the order due up for Sonoma. Paul Lazul, Kyle Olympia, Anthony Shepler facing Aiden White yet again. Crawdad lefty trying to get through 6 innings of work, Kasey. Thus far, he's been magnificent. Just 3 hits allowed, 1 unearned run. Lefty-lefty matchup for White to Lazul, first baseman. First offering to the lefty, fouled over to the Crawdad dugout. 0-1. Lazul 0 for 2 today. 2 groundouts, one of them into a double play back in the 3rd. But did have a solo blast yesterday. Put the Stompers up 4-0. Now the 0-1 to Lazul, grounded up the middle. DeFazio over from short. The throw to first in time.
That's a really good play from DeFazio. Juggled it a little bit, but stuck with it. And he's had a really good game, a career game for Nico DeFazio.
Absolutely. He's doing it on both ends, offensively and defensively. 1 down in the bottom of the 6th for Kyle Olympia, also making his debut for the Stompers. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Former San Francisco State guy in the portal as that program cutting their baseball. White turns and deals the first offering to Olympia. Broken bat. Grounder over to first. Donnelly collects the throw to White, who's covering the bag. Donnelly double clutched it, not in time. So we'll see what they rule that one, either a hit or an error. Although, Kasey, I tend to say it's a hit because it really slowed up in the infield grass.
It is an E3. I'll politely disagree just because Donnelly had enough time to field it, and he juggled it, just couldn't get the throw off.
So first base runner on here with 1 out for Sonoma. Anthony Shepler, the second baseman. With an opportunity to move the runner. Shepler 0 for 1, a hit by pitch in the 2nd, then struck out looking in the 4th. White from the stretch now, first time in a while. Delivers to the lefty, Shepler, breaking ball in the heart of the plate, 0-1. White 6 strikeouts on the day, like we mentioned, just 3 hits. Has stranded 4 base runners thus far. Trying to get 1 more here with Olympia at first. The 0-1 to Shepler, breaking ball away. Justice on top of it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Shepler, the former Ohio State guy, heading to San Jose State now, after only saw 4 at-bats with the Buckeyes this spring as a true freshman. Hitting 180 in 24 games entering today for Sonoma. Been mildly productive in the middle of the order. The 1-1 from White. Breaking ball sits in the heart of the zone again. 1-2. White peers in from the stretch. Shepler takes a half swing. Now has the bat above his left shoulder. The 1-2 from White on the first base side of the rubber. Slow breaking ball in the opposite batter's box. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Back-to-back curveballs from Aiden White. Really trying to get the off-speed stuff going here.
Yeah, he is. He's really stuck with the fastball. Kind of surprised he's still in the game, but not upset about it. He's had a really good start. Going for the quality start this inning.
Absolutely. It's been arguably the best starter for Walnut Creek. The 2-2 offering. Fastball just outside. Full count now to Anthony Shepler. Hard to tell from our vantage point if there is action in the Crawdad bullpen, but at this point, you probably have to guess there is. The payoff to Shepler. White delivers a fastball, lifted high in the air, left field. Johnson moving over towards the foul line, and he makes the grab. 2 away, still 1 aboard here in the bottom of the 6th. And now it's Esteban Sepulveda, the catcher, with an opportunity to get a 2-out rally going.
Yeah, they need it. I mean, we've seen the Stompers respond from adversity. Look at yesterday at the 5-run ninth. But against White, they haven't really been able to do a whole lot. Outs are going to come at a premium. There's not a whole lot left. Still a lot of this game to work with, but again, Crawdads just sat him down easily.
Aiden White proving why he was an all-star selection earlier this week. First offering to the righty, Sepulveda. Fastball down the middle, strike 1. Lancaster native went to Pepperdine out of Quartz Hill High School. Hit .303 in 27 games with the Waves this spring, but entered the portal heading to UC Riverside. Appeared in 21 games this summer for Sonoma. White peers to first. The 0-1, foul backwards. Sepulveda late on the fastball. Olympia still at first. Donnelly covering the bag. White's gonna ask for a new ball here from the home plate umpire. Sepulveda takes a couple practice hacks, now back into the right-handed batter's box. White hangs his left arm, has the sign from Justice. Sets at the chest. The 0-2 offering to Sepulveda. Fastball just misses the outer third. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Not a bad miss from White. Has had a lot of good misses today. There's really been no pitch that's been glaringly off-putting, so to speak.
No, not at all. And Justice, like you mentioned earlier in this broadcast, has done a great job framing to try to get some more strikes. Now the 1-2 breaking ball chopped on the ground, foul amongst the third base side. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes to Sepulveda. Sepulveda hitting .182 entering today for Sonoma. 1 for 2 on the day, had a single in the second inning. Struck out swinging after that. The 1-2 from White, breaking ball upstairs. Count evens, 2 apiece. Runner at first, 2 down in the bottom of the 6th. White resets on the first base side of the rubber. The 2-2 to Sepulveda. Fastball driven high in the air, infield. Calvillo over at second, he'll collect and make the catch. So just 1 base runner on the error that the Crawdads allow. Will head to the top of the 7th, where they've got an opportunity to extend the 5-run lead right after this. We're live for the top of the 7th on the Crawdad streaming network. Walnut Creek up by 5 as they'll come up to bat yet again. New pitcher for Sonoma, Luke Duncan, the right-hander from Los Medanos College. 6'2", 185-pound righty. He's appeared in 6 games for Sonoma this summer, making his 7th now. ERA of 0 in 8 innings pitched. 14 strikeouts, just 3 walks and 5 hits. Duncan's been rather effective. He's allowed hits in each of his last 4 appearances, but no earned runs. No runs at all on the year, matter of fact. Faced the heart of the Crawdad order, 5, 6, 7. Riley Leininger, Joe Coupland, Cam Taylor. A productive bunch today, Casey.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the middle of the order has been very good, but if I'm looking at it correctly, everyone has gotten on base so far for the Crawdads today, and look to keep that up.
Absolutely. Duncan with his work cut out for him here, the leadoff man, Riley Leininger. Playing at third base today, his natural position. Lefty 0 for 1, 2 walks and a strikeout. It's a 2025 CCL All-Star selection. Played in that showcase game just a couple days ago, back on Wednesday. Leininger enters today a .256 hitter in 27 games for the Crawdads. He emerged of late. First offering to him, swing and a miss. Fastball at the knees. Be 0-1. Leininger 9 for 16 in 5 games from July 8th to the 14th. Good for a .563 average. 4 extra base hits, 5 runs driven in. The righty Duncan. 0-1 delivery from the chest. Fastball outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Leininger. Rising redshirt freshman. Originally went to Oklahoma, but redshirted and did not see any action for the Sooners this spring. Georgetown, Texas native, ready in the left-handed batter's box. The 1-1 from Duncan. Swing and a miss on the upstairs fastball. Duncan, quite a bit of zip on this heater. Have to imagine it parks in the low to mid 90s. We don't have access to the velos right now for you folks. But that would be my educated guess. Duncan kicks and fires the 1-2. Leininger hits it hard on the ground, foul on the first base side. Still 1-2 at the dish to the 6'2", 225-pound lefty. Leininger started the year a 15-game on-base streak, snapped at the end of June, but has come alive of late. Has 5 multi-hit games in his last 10 appearances. Takes the 1-2 fastball inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Leininger 0 for 4 yesterday, a couple of strikeouts against the Stompers. Did not reach, actually, excuse me, he did reach on 1 hit by pitch. The 2-2 from Duncan, fastball upstairs yet again. Full count.
Another great at-bat. Riley has worked. I don't want to say walked twice, but he wants to join in on the hit party.
Absolutely. Duncan has thrown nothing but heaters in this at-bat, though, Kasey. Looks like his main offering. Yet to see the off-speed pitch. Wonder if we'll go to it here. The righty Duncan sets. First base side of the rubber. The payoff to Leininger. Fastball called a strike at the knees. Leininger thought it was ball 4. Instead, it's a strikeout looking.
Yeah, I wouldn't hang my head too much if I'm Leininger because that's a frustrating pitch.
Absolutely tough location for the hitter. Either way, 1 down in the top of the 7th for Joe Coupland, the designated hitter, who's having a very good day today, Kasey. 2 for 3, a single and a double. First multi-hit game for Joe Coupland in quite a while, since June. So he'll step out, take a couple seconds to collect. Duncan peers into Sepulveda for the call. First offering to Coupland. Breaking ball inside. 1 ball and no strikes to the right-hander. Coupland, a rising sophomore at Chabot College. Had a productive season for the Gladiators as a two-way guy this spring. .265 average in 38 games. 1-0 from Duncan, swing and a miss. Hard stuff low and away there. 1-1.
Coupland's been so good lately for the Crawdads these past couple games. I think the main question is he going to be a good enough player to move up the order and really be a catalyst toward the playoffs? Crawdads need someone like that right now to step up.
Absolutely, hits in back-to-back games for Coupland. Entertain hitting 167. Takes the 1-1 for a strike. Fastball on the outer third. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Coupland prior to yesterday was hitless in his last 6 games dating back to June 20th. Prior to that was 2 for 4 June 18th against the Legends. The 1-2 offering to the designated hitter. Strike 3 called. Off speed at the knees. 2 straight strikeouts for Luke Duncan. He comes in relief of Nicholas Poulos and Micah Marquez. Doing a nice job against the dangerous Crawdad order.
Yeah, he's done a really good job. And Crawdads aren't liking what they're seeing, but got to give credit to Duncan. He's getting the calls.
Absolutely, Duncan working the part of the zone he knows has been a bit subjective today. Steps in a big task against the lefty Cam Taylor now. 2 down on the top of the 7th. First offering to Taylor, called a strike, off speed at the knees. That both Taylor and the on-deck man, Chris Esquivel, thought was a ball. Taylor, 1 for 3 today, had a double to lead off the 4th. Flew out and struck out looking otherwise. Duncan has the call from Sepulveda. The 0-1 to Taylor. Check swing on the fastball in the dirt. Appeal to third base, he did not go.
If you weren't fully paying attention, you would have thought he fouled it off there, but good idea there from Taylor to hold up the bat and the pitch not close.
Taylor has reached base safely in every game he's appeared in. 21 game on base streak. Now has hits in 3 straight games as well. The 1-1, fastball upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. Taylor, the Georgia native, grew up 30 minutes outside of Atlanta and has bounced around 3 different colleges looking for his 4th, still in the transfer portal. First team all-county selection as a senior and a Golden Glove selection as a senior. 2-1, called a strike at the knees. Another fastball from Duncan. It's now 2-2 to Cam Taylor. Duncan and the Stompers looking for a put away.
Good battle, babe. Come on.
Taylor graduated Stevenson High School in 2021 in DeKalb County, down in the Peach State. The 2-2 from Duncan. Check swing on the breaking ball low. The appeal to third. He did not go around. Full count to Cam Taylor. Stompers fans not happy with that call.
Yeah, frustrating game for him. Down 6-1 and missing some of those close pitches.
So now count is full on Cam Taylor. 6'2", 220-pound lefty. Playing in right field today for Walnut Creek. Played there yesterday as well. The payoff from Duncan. Check swing. Fastball upstairs and inside. Taylor walked.
Really good AB there from Cam Taylor. He's had a pretty solid day so far in keeping the inning alive.
Another nice at-bat for Walnut Creek. They've done that all day long. Now Chris Esquivel working with 1 man aboard. 2 down in the top of the 7th inning. Esquivel hitless today. He's 0 for 2 with a walk, his lone time aboard. Esquivel riding a 3-game hit streak. Trying to extend it to 4 here with a man aboard. First offering from Duncan. Looping breaking ball at the knees. Strike 1. Duncan peers in on the first base side of the rubber. Hanging that right arm. Sets belt high. Throws back to first. Bounces away from Lazul's glove. Taylor in safely. Esquivel calls time. Extended timeout here as Duncan communicating with Lazul over at first base, trying to get on the same page. Rowdy Stompers crowd here on the third base side. The 0-1 from Duncan to Esquivel. Bounces at home plate. The back pick over to first. Taylor safe. 1 ball and 1 strike to Esquivel.
Good throw from Sepulveda. Surprised that Cam was able to get back, but nonetheless, keeping the inning alive.
Taylor, a guy who's got plenty of speed over there at first. Taking another big lead.
1 stride to get that lead.
Using those long legs to his advantage. The 1-1 to Esquivel, swing and a miss. Fastball at the letters. Duncan once again looking for a put away. 2 strikes to Esquivel. 2 down in the top of the 7th. Taylor at first. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Esquivel down on another fastball. Luke Duncan, 3 strikeouts in the top of the 7th. We'll head to the bottom of the frame. Stompers still down by 5. Welcome back to the bottom of the 7th on the Crawdads Streaming Network. New pitcher for Walnut Creek, it's Ray Olivas, the right-hander from UC Santa Barbara. Due to face 8-9-1 in the Stompers order. Trent Keys, Kieran Baker, Cam Hegeman, lefty-righty-righty do up. Olivas an all-star selection, the second all-star pitcher we're seeing today for Walnut Creek. A guy who had a fantastic season at UC Santa Barbara this spring. First offering to Keys, blows a fastball past him, swing and a miss. 0-1. Olivas, prior to his last appearance, had not allowed an earned run, just 4 hits, but then went 4 innings, 6 earned runs on 8 hits on July 8th against the Menlo Park Legends. The 0-1 to Keys, fly ball into straightaway center field, down for a base hit. Esquivel not able to get there. Leadoff single for Trent Keys. Probably not exactly how Olivas imagined that one would start.
Yeah, first hit since the 4th inning for the Stompers. And again, Ray's a guy who's really good under pressure, so likely we'll try to fish for a ground ball here.
Now a pinch hitter for Kieran Baker. Gabe Tapia, number 21, the Sonoma State guy, also making his debut here as he swings and misses the first offering from Olivas.
Another guy in the portal, another program that's cutting baseball.
0-1 to Tapia. Olivas kicks and deals, another swing and a miss. High fastball gets a chase. Olivas, a Stockton native, 3-year letter winner at Lincoln High School, played a bit of middle infield as well. The 0-2 to Tapia upstairs. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to the left-handed hitting Tapia, San Jose native. Olivas below the belt. Now the 1-2 from the first base side of the rubber, swing and a miss. Blows a fastball past Tapia, pinch hit strikeout.
I mean, you go from a guy like Aiden White to Ray Olivas, there are a lot of similarities. One of them's fishing for strikes on those 2 strike counts, and really good job from Ray to settle in after the hit.
Olivas, a strikeout artist, now his 13th on the year in 14 and a third innings. He's mostly appeared in relief, only 1 start on the season. This his 7th appearance. Throws back to first, Keys in there safely. Cam Hegeman, leadoff left fielder, up to bat as the lineup turns anew. Olivas first offering to the righty. Hegeman shows bunt, takes upstairs. Justice popped back up as Keys was moving over towards second, but he retreats back to first. 1-0 at the plate to Hegeman. Olivas high 80s, low 90s fastball. Also mixes in a hammer curveball and a changeup. The 1-0 to Hegeman, fastball down the pipe. 1-1. Olivas 18 appearances this spring with the Gauchos, 1-1 with a 4.04 ERA as a true freshman. The 1-1 to Hegeman, fastball up and in, 2 balls and 1 strike. Olivas struggled in that Legends game like we mentioned on July 8th. Credited with the loss in 4 innings. There's a 2-1 curveball for a strike on Hegeman. Count evens 2 apiece. Olivas allowed 8 hits in that last outing, bringing his total up to 12 on the year. The 2-2 to Hegeman, curveball below the knees, full count. Casey, it can't be overstated how electric Olivas was prior to that first start of the year for him against the Legends. He was perhaps the Crawdads' best reliever. Now the full payoff pitch to Cam Hegeman. Fastball at the knees, strike 3.
Yeah, back-to-back case from, to your point, I mean, we've seen this year a lot of guys who have started as really good relievers, like a Carson Timothy, like a Peter Storjahan, translate into great starting pitchers, and Ray's the guy is so adaptable at either position.
Had a really nice relief outing against these Stompers right here in Sonoma. They won 10-1 on June 25th. Olivas went 3 innings of 1 hit ball. There's a pickoff over to first, Keys in safely. Olivas had 3 strikeouts, 9 batters faced. Now he'll face Max Handren, the left-handed shortstop. First offering to the lefty, fastball upstairs, 1-0. Olivas threw a complete game shutout in the playoffs in front of his home crowd at Lincoln High School as a senior. Cites that as his most memorable moment of high school baseball. 1-0 curveball, swing and a miss. Handren out in front. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Stompers' 2-hole hitter. 1 aboard, 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. Stompers trailing 5. The 1-1 from Ray. Fastball fouled back. 1-2. Olivas and the Crawdads trying to get out of this inning quickly. Keys over there at first. Donnelly covering the bag for Walnut Creek. Right fielder, a significant lead, about 10 feet from first base. Handren ready in the left-handed batter's box. Olivas high kick, deals the 1-2. Fastball driven well into right center field. Esquivel going back, he'll put it away. A nice relief inning for Ray Olivas. Strikes out 2, gets a fly out as well. We'll head to the top of the 8th. Crawdads trying to extend the lead right after this. Welcome back to the top of the 8th on the Crawdad Streaming Network. Walnut Creek up to bat, leading by 5 over the Sonoma Stompers. New pitcher for Sonoma, Jackson Rowland, the right-hander from Modesto Junior College. They'll face 9-1-2, Nico DeFazio, Trey Johnson, Cam Calvillo. DeFazio's been aboard 3 times, an RBI double and 2 walks. First offering from Rowland, upstairs and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Rowland, a rising sophomore at Modesto JC, appearing for the 5th time this season with Sonoma. The 1-0 is away. 2 balls and no strikes. Rowland an 0.75 ERA entering this appearance in 12 innings. Kicks and fires the 2-0 to DeFazio upstairs. 3 pitches, 3 balls. DeFazio in a very hitter-friendly count here.
Absolutely, a guy who's had a career day.
The 3-0. Ball 4 upstairs. DeFazio walked on 4 pitches. His 4th time aboard and his 3rd walk in this lovely Saturday night in Sonoma.
Couldn't ask any more out of guy in the 9-hole. He's had such a good day. Table setting at the bottom of the order.
DeFazio's been electric. Lineup turns over yet again. Trey Johnson up for the 5th time today. Had an RBI double, his first hit of the game in his last at-bat, and that came in the 6th. First offering to Johnson. Hits over on the ground to second. Schepler collects, throws to second for 1. Johnson safe over at first. The throw from Handred to Lazul not quite in time. So Trey Johnson reaches on the fielder's choice, but he'll be 1 for 5 on the day. So 1 down, 1 aboard for Cam Calvillo. Calvillo 1 for 3 today, an RBI single that scored Johnson in the 6th. Prior to that, 2 flyouts to center field and a hit by pitch. Rowland from the stretch, first offering to Calvillo, swing and a miss. Nasty slider in the dirt. Rowland 1 start on the year. He went 6 innings June 19th against the Philippines baseball group. Last appeared June 27th in that 5-1 victory over the Legends. Went 2 innings, allowed just 1 walk, no hits, no Ks, as the 0-1 in the dirt. Johnson easily into second base. No ground ball double play now here for Calvillo. Crawdads happy to be avoiding that force play. And now a runner in scoring position for Calvillo.
Yeah, why not add on? Have a chance to here with Calvillo, a guy who's swung the bat really well.
Was 3 for 5 yesterday, Calvillo, with an RBI on 3 singles. Back-to-back games with a run driven in for the second baseman. The 1-2, the 1-1 fastball upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike to Calvillo. He's played all over the infield for Walnut Creek this year, mostly at third base, but a couple starts in the middle of the season at short. Now playing over at second base for the 2nd time. Rowland peers at second. 2-1. Bounces 6 inches in front of home plate. Johnson takes off. He's in the 3rd. Sepulveda all the way to the backstop. 3-1 count to Calvillo and a runner 90 feet away.
Sepulveda's getting a workout just fishing out these wild pitches.
Rowland having a tough go at it on the hill in this appearance.
Got to get the ball over the plate.
Hitter-friendly count for Calvillo, 1 down in the top of the 8th. The 3-1. Fouled away high over the backstop, out of play. Full count now to Calvillo, excuse me.
Sorry, I was going to say another full count for Calvillo. Was hit by a pitch in the 3rd off 1 and just worked such good at-bats today.
Really disciplined, mature approach for the rising senior at CSUN. 17th game this summer for Walnut Creek. The payoff from Rowland. Calvillo checks his swing, slider away, ball 4.
Another great at-bat from him, and Crawdads just getting some good practice today, taking a lot of pitches, but also working with the lead. It's so much leverage right now, the ability to be more conservative.
First RBI opportunity for the next batter, Joey Donnelly, here today. 2 for 4, 2 singles, a ground out, and a strikeout swinging. Runners on the corners, 1 out in the top of the 8th. Righty Rowland against the lefty Donnelly, one of the most dangerous left-handed hitters in the entire league. First offering to Donnelly, upstairs fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Donnelly second in the North in batting average, 4th in the entire league. He's also tied for 6th in runs driven in with 20, tied for 5th in home runs. The 1-0, a fastball at the belt, strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Donnelly. Justice on deck. Already has a 2-run shot earlier today. Part of the Crawdad order has been rather productive. Rowland from the first base side of the round. The 1-1, Donnelly, big cut. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Overpowering fastball there on the lefty. Sporting those baby blue batting gloves of switch up after Donnelly originally using his Berkeley batting gloves earlier this season. Switched about 8 games ago to the baby blues. Throwback to first, Calvillo retreats safely.
Don't really reminisce the Crawdads colors on his gloves, but they are a good look for him.
Absolutely. The 1-2 from Rowland. Breaking ball low and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Donnelly. Eight-game hitting streak for the Crawdad first baseman. Playing over at first after the departure of John Ewens. Will not return this season for Walnut Creek. Another one of the great bats in the Crawdad order. Donnelly drives the 2-2 into straightaway center field. Baker coming on, and he puts it away. Johnson tagging over from third. Calvillo will hold at first. There's an RBI sac fly for Joey Donnelly. Crawdads up 7-1.
Another RBI for Donnelly, and a guy who's just been so special this year to watch. Can really do it all. Doesn't necessarily need to hit a home run for you to be impressed.
Absolutely. The 21st RBI of the year for Donnelly. Now it's Justice up, 2 down in the top of the 8th. Still a runner aboard. Justice 1 for 4 after the 2-run homer. 3 straight flyouts. First offering to him, fastball way high. Sepulveda pops up and snags it. Either way, 1 ball and no strikes on the former Oregon Duck. Justice only appeared in 2 games for Oregon. Both of them came this spring. Had just 2 at-bats. So he's transferring to San Diego State, where he looks to get some more playing time. 1-0 breaking ball in the dirt. Gets past Sepulveda. Calvillo trots over to second. Another runner in scoring position for the Crawdads.
Another opportunity for Justice. Had the home run earlier and has driven balls to the outfield every time he's been up.
Justice now 2 hits in his last 3 games. Was 1 for 4 on July 12th against the Alameda Merchants. And 0 for 3 a couple days after that against the Legends. The 2-0. Justice drives this one into left center field. Down for a base hit. Tapia can't get there. Calvillo rounding third. He'll come home to score. An RBI single for Zach Justice, and he's turned it on today, Casey.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, 3 RBIs for him on the day, and again, they needed that from a guy who has been a good hitter this year, but hasn't necessarily had the consistency that he's wanted. Huge for Justice.
Absolutely. Now an 8-1 ball game for the Crawdads in the top of the 8th. Another dangerous bat from the left side, Riley Leininger, still with a man aboard. Leininger potentially due for a hit today, Casey, 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts looking, 2 walks. Leininger, the second All-Star up to bat for Walnut Creek in this inning, as the first offering gets away from Sepulveda's glove. Justice will trot to second easily.
Is that 5 pitches that have gotten to the backstop or close to the backstop this inning?
Certainly been quite a few, to say the least. Another scoring opportunity for Walnut Creek. 1-0 count to Leininger. Rowland looks to second, the 1-0. Fastball at the letters, strike 1. Leininger shakes it off, he'll step back in. A guy who's made a bit of an adjustment, Casey. He's been much more violent through the swing. Something head coach Brant Cummings told him in batting practice on July 1st to adjust to. 1-1 from Rowland upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. Leininger since then, July 1st, had 2 hits, both of them singles, and got his first few extra base hits of the year in his last 5 games. 2-1 from the righty. Fouled over towards us on the right side, out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes, a runner on second, 2 down in the top of the 8th for the Crawdads. Rowland and Sonoma trying to stop the bleeding here. Crawdads have added 2 already. The 2-2. Slow breaking ball outside, full count on Leininger.
Leininger's another guy like Calvillo, has just had a really good day in terms of waiting for pitches, and he hasn't put the ball in play yet. Wants to add on.
The payoff from Rowland. Ball 4 upstairs. Leininger holds the bat on the fastball. 3 walks in this inning for Jackson Rowland. This one getting a little bit ugly as Joe Coupland up. Coupland 1 for 4 today, a double, a single, and 2 strikeouts. As Mike Nunez, the pitching coach for Sonoma, comes out.
Fan favorite.
So a brief conversation here between Rowland, Sepulveda, and Nunez. Casey, what do you think they're talking about?
I mean, you got to put the ball over the heart of the plate at some point. You know, in this type of game, you can't get cute. You're down 7. You got to get your guys hitting. And he's had, again, 5 pitches go to the backstop or close to it. So, again, it's a kind of a tough outing, but you got to know what's at stake.
And Rowland has been a little bit wild in his first inning of work here. 2 aboard, 2 down in the top of the 8th for Joe Coupland, the designated hitter who's been having himself a day, Casey. Trying to get his 3rd hit for his 3rd time on base. Justice at second, Leininger at first, both with healthy leads. Rowland from the stretch. First offering to Coupland, fastball up and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Righty Coupland is now seen at bats in 13 games for Walnut Creek. Has 3 extra base hits, 7 total on the season. Chance to grab his 6th RBI on the year, the 1-0. Breaking ball low. 2-0 for Joe Coupland, Danville native. Played his high school ball at San Ramon Valley. Now a 2-way guy over at Chabot and here for the Crawdads. The 2-0 from Rowland, swing and a check swing, excuse me, the appeal to 3rd. He did go around. Coupland, 17 extra base hits this spring with Chabot, 31 runs driven in. The 2-1 offering, breaking ball outside and at the knees. 3 balls and 1 strike. Hitter friendly count here with 2 down, Casey.
Absolutely, and this inning continues. The Crawdads looking to pile on, unleash.
The 3-1, Coupland takes ball 4 upstairs. High fastball, and this inning will keep going. Bases juice for Cam Taylor, the power hitting right fielder for Walnut Creek.
I mean, that's now 4 walks in the inning. That's ridiculous at this point. You got to put the ball over the heart of the plate at some point.
Rowland has not been able to find the strike zone, especially in the last 4 batters. Taylor 1 for 3 today, had a double to lead off the 4th as he takes a fastball at the belt, strike 1. Taylor, 2 extra base hits on the season, both of them long balls. Picked up his first double of the year earlier today. The 0-1 to the lefty, fastball upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike to Cam Taylor. Georgia native, played his redshirt freshman season in 2024 at Andrew College. Hit .344 with 9 homers, 12 doubles, 5 triples. The 1-1 to Cam Taylor bounces in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. Rowland threatening to walk a runner in at this rate.
Yeah, I mean, 4 in the inning, and Crawdads are just waiting for an opportunity to swing.
Taylor hits everything hard. If he gets one to hit, we'll see if he does there. Fouls the 2-1 offering back. So now 2-2. Missed that one with the barrel a little bit. Justice at third, Leininger at second, and Joe Coupland over at first. 2-2 count to Taylor, 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Rowland rocks back, fires the 2-2. Breaking ball in the dirt, full count.
Dan, you got to feel bad for Sepulveda, who's had to dish around for these balls. Might as well just play with his mask off because he's been pulling it off so much.
It's been up and down, up and down. Certainly a bit of a squat workout for the former Pepperdine Wave. Rowland just above the belt. The payoff to Taylor. Ball 4, Justice was halfway to home plate as that one came through. And the Crawdads walk a runner in. 3 straight base on balls delivered from Jackson Rowland. It's a 9-1 ball game for the Crawdads.
Mike Nunez and Zach Peace are on the edge of their seats. I don't know why they haven't made a push to pull him yet after now 3 straight walks and 5 in the inning, but we'll see what happens.
Either way, base is still juiced for Chris Esquivel. First offering to the center fielder, high chopper over too short. Handren collects, throws to second, and finally Sonoma gets out of the inning, but not before the Crawdads extend 3 more runs across. They lead by 8 heading into the bottom of the 8th. Back live for the bottom of the 8th on the Walnut Creek streaming network. Sonoma Stompers up to bat, trailing by 8 against the Walnut Creek Crawdads. New pitcher Peter Storjahan, the 6'5" righty on the hill, facing 3-4-5 due up Xander Silkin, Paul Lazul, Kyle Olympia. Storjahan, his 10th appearance on the year now, is 1-0 with a 1.76 ERA in 15 1/3 innings pitched. 18 Ks on the year, strikeout artist. First offering, a strike to Silkin. Fastball down the pipe. Storjahan, low 90s fastball, plus a devastating slider and a changeup. The 0-1 to Silkin. There's the slider below the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike. Storjahan, a guy who's bounced around as well. Went to De La Salle High School and went to Diablo Valley College. after he graduated. Delivers a slider at the knees. 1-2. At Diablo Valley was the pitcher of the year. First team all Big 8 conference selection. And he went to UC Santa Barbara, but only pitched in 2 games in 2 years. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Sweeping slider gets the bite from Silken. Quickly 1 down in the bottom of the 8th. Storyhan, both those appearances for UCSB came in 2024 as a reliever, did not allow an earned run, and then missed all of 2025 with a fractured clavicle. As the first baseman Lazul steps in, first offering to him, a fastball fouled away. Lazul 0 for 3 today, 3 ground outs, one of them into a double play back in the 3rd. Searching for his first hit on the day. The 0-1 from Storyhan, change up away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Storyhan, 18 strikeouts for the Crawdads this summer to just 4 walks, 7 hits. Now 19 after he got the K on Silken. 1-1 breaking ball low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Lazul, Monterey Peninsula man, grounds the 2-1 over to Leininger at 3rd, who throws to Donnelly in time at 1st. 2 up, 2 down for Peter Storyhan thus far. Trying to get out of the bottom of the 8th quickly here. Kyle Olympia, the designated hitter.
Storyhan looking really good with his stuff so far. Relying on the fastball, and you can hear the pop of the glove. A lot of velo coming in hot.
Absolutely one of the hardest throwers in the Crawdad rotation. Bit surprised that he didn't get an all-star selection, quite frankly, Casey.
Now, a few snubs on this team.
First offering to Olympia, fastball called a strike at the knees. Good frame job from Justice.
And Carson Timothy is another guy you could have looked at.
Yeah, absolutely. Another former UCSB guy. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Olympia out in front of the fastball. Quickly 0-2. Storyhan committed to UC Davis on June 24th. So finally landing on potentially his last college. Looks to be a productive guy in the bullpen for the Aggies. The 0-2 to Olympia. Fastball in the dirt, check swing. The appeal to first base. No, he didn't. 1-2, Storyhan. Devastating movement on both the slider and the fastball.
Yeah, I talked to him a little bit a few weeks ago about his delivery, and he didn't call it a sidearm. He was like, yeah, it's kind of just the way I pitch.
It's a little bit between 3/4 and sidearm. The 1-2. Fastball at the knees, called strike 3. A late call. Olympia stunned. But the Crawdads see 3, they retire 3. We'll head to the top of the 9th. They'll try to extend the 8-run lead even further. Right. Welcome back to the top of the ninth. Crawdads up by 8 on the Sonoma Stompers. Nico DeFazio, Trey Johnson, Cam Calvillo do up. DeFazio, 3 walks and an RBI double on the day. He's been aboard 4 times. Facing the new pitcher, right-hander Christian Klosterman for Sonoma. 6'2", 175 right-hand hurler. Bit of a high velo guy, 1-0 in now 6 appearances, making his 7th here. 3.0 ERA for Klosterman out of the College of San Mateo. Certainly got his work cut out for him as DeFazio, Johnson, and Calvillo all have hits on the day. Certainly tough outs. First pitch to DeFazio, slapped foul on the third base side. Big chopper for Silkin, but it's out of play anyway. 0-1. DeFazio originally went to University of the Pacific out of high school, then transferred to Chabot where he spent this spring. The 0-1 to the righty, chopped on the ground over to third. Silkin collects, throws to first in time.
DeFazio's trying to get on base for the 5th time and finally gets out. Just what a game for him. That's his last time up.
Absolutely, he's been a monster for the Crawdads today. Retired for just the first time. Lineup turns anew, Trey Johnson up. Johnson 1 for 5. RBI double in the 6th. Beyond that, a strikeout, 2 flyouts. Did reach on a fielder's choice his last time up in the 8th. Klosterman's first offering to the righty, a fastball gets past Sepulveda. 1 ball and no strikes. Johnson doubles in back-to-back games. Had one yesterday against the Stompers in Monte Vista. And that 10-6 home loss for Walnut Creek. The 1-0, Johnson fouls it away on the right side, out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Berkeley High School guy, played in 41 games this spring at Skyline College. 331 hitter, 38 runs driven in with the metal bat. The 1-1 to Johnson, another fastball inside and low. Klosterman, a couple of years at College of San Mateo, has been pretty effective there. It's only around 2 earned runs on the season thus far with the Stompers. 2-1 to Johnson, fouled away off the end of the bat. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Crawdad leadoff hitter. Back in that spot after spending a lot of the time in the bottom of the order. He's the leadoff guy to start the year. Klosterman sets at the belt. Kicks and fires, the 2-2 to Johnson, bounces at home plate. Full count. Yet another full count to the Walnut Creek Crawdads. We had quite a few in the top of the 8th. Now another one here in the top of the 9th. Stompers pitching has been suspect in this contest. The 3-2 to Johnson. Swinging a soft ground ball over to first. Lazul collects. He'll take it to the bag himself just in the nick of time. 2 retired in the top of the 9th. Crawdads trying to tie up the season series, take the lead in the season series now. As both the Stompers and the Crawdads have won 3 apiece in the prior 6 contests between these 2 teams in 2025. Crucial series here this weekend. Sonoma won yesterday 10-6. Crawdads looking like they might grab the win here in Sonoma. Both teams fighting for the top spot in the CCL North. Crawdads 2 games back as Cam Calvillo takes outside 1-0. Calvillo 1 for 3 today, an RBI single. Also reached base on a hit by pitch and a walk. The 1-0 from the righty Klosterman. Fastball high and tight, 2-0. Klosterman last pitched July 9th against these very Crawdads in the game they lost 11-8 in Monte Vista. Went an inning and a third against 4 batters. Retired all of them. The 2-0 grounded foul on the third base side, high chopper. 2-1, Klosterman trying to claw his way back into this at-bat. Calvillo, the 4th-year Crawdad, no easy out. Put the ball in play in 3 of his at-bats. Hasn't had an opportunity to in the other 2. The 2-1, Line drive and a snow cone catch from Handren over at second base. Shortstop, excuse me, either way. Crawdads retired 1-2-3 in the top of the ninth. We'll head to the bottom of the frame. Crawdads trying to win it here. We're back for the bottom of the ninth on the Crawdad Streaming Network. Walnut Creek up by 8. Last chance for the Sonoma Stompers, but they'll face the Crawdad closer, Braden Barnes. Another all-star selection for him this summer with the Dads. Second year with the team. It's been just as effective as the first time. He'll face 6'7", Anthony Shepler, the lefty, leading this one off. Barnes kicks and fires, a fastball fouled away, 0-1. Barnes, 30 strikeouts on the season, leads the Crawdads and is in the upper echelons of the CCL in that category. Now his 12th appearance, he's 1-1 with a 3.78 ERA. The 0-1 to Shepler, fastball strike at the knees. Quickly 0-2. Barnes, originally an Arizona State Sun Devil, played a couple games there for Willie Bloomquist, but now transferring to New Mexico State. The 0-2 offering, a breaking ball belted into right center field, down for a base hit. Shepler's first of the day. It's going to take a little more than that, though, Kasey.
Yeah, absolutely. Barnes has done such a good job today.
Barnes, 16 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 4 walks and 15 hits. Kind of has a token hit every inning that he pitches. Now we're going to want a board. First offering to Sepulveda, the new batter. Fastball just below the knees. 1 ball and no strikes. Barnes, the guy who throws high 80s, low 90s. So it's a very high break slider. 1-0 to Sepulveda, fastball high and tight. Catcher has to duck out of the way, 2-0. Barnes went down to Compton for the CCL All-Star game. As the 2-0 to Sepulveda, check swing, the appeal to first base, he did not go. 3 balls and no strikes on Esteban Sepulveda. He's 1 for 3, had a single in the second. He's retired 2 straight times since then. Barnes sets at the chest, the 3-0. Fastball called a strike at the knees. 3-1. Barnes going to New Mexico State in a couple of months with fellow Crawdad Brandon Clisby. The 3-1 to Sepulveda, high and away. A walk on 5 pitches. Just the 5th walk Barnes has dished out all year.
Yeah, kind of an uncharacteristic start to Barnes' day, and he has the lead, but you want to see him settle in.
Zach Justice will go and have a quick battery conference with Barnes. That one brief, and it's already over. Now we get a pinch hitter for Trent Keys. It is number 3, Quinn Medine, the University of Colorado Springs man, 5'10", 170-pound righty. 3 was Colton Boardman's number, but he's been shut down for the summer. First offering to Medine, upstairs and away. Another fastball gets away from Barnes.
You talk about John Ewens being a big loss for the Crawdads. Colton Boardman's such a big loss defensively and offensively for the Stompers. A guy who's just such a great all-around player.
Yeah, it was a great table setter at the top of the order. Guy who got on base quite a lot. The 1-0 to Medine. Fastball fouled away on the right side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Barnes last season for Walnut Creek was 2-1 with a 3.37 ERA and 26 2/3 innings pitched. Had 19 strikeouts, 1 save. The 1-1, up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike to Medine now. Right-handed pitch hitter. Barnes 6 total innings at Arizona State. 27 ERA in 2 games this spring. The 2-1, a fastball just above the letters, 3-1. He really can't find the strike zone right now.
Yeah, he's struggling, and again, a guy who has been known for attacking the strike zone, not really shying away from it.
Guy that's thrown an immaculate inning on the season, Casey.
Absolutely.
Very uncharacteristic. Here's the 3-1. Medine swings out of his shoes on the fastball. Full count. It's a great recovery offering there from Barnes.
Yeah, has to find one more. But again, a big opportunity for Barnes to keep showing what he's done this year.
Former number 14 overall player in Arizona delivers a payoff pitch outside. Bases loaded now for Gabe Tapia. Pinch hit for Kieran Baker in the bottom of the 7th, struck out. Lefty-lefty matchup here. At least Barnes has that going for him.
Got to get a ground ball here.
Love to turn 2. First offering to Tapia. High chopper over to Barnes. The throw to home for 1. They'll throw to first for the other. There's the ground ball double play, Casey. You called it.
I think you heard me.
A 1-2-3 double play. And now Stompers down to their final out. It's Cam Hageman at the top of the order. The last chance.
How about Braden Barnes giving him something over the plate to swing at, but induced that weak contact right back to him, and he didn't keep his eyes off Justice.
2 runners in scoring position for Sonoma. Barnes first offering to Hageman. Breaking ball finds the zone in the upper 3rd, 0-1. Good slider there from the rising junior left-hander. Now the 0-1 to Hageman, fouled back. 0-2, Stompers down to their final strike. Crawdads trying to come away with a win here, up by 9 late in this one. Trying to force a rubber match tomorrow against the Stompers. The 0-2 to Hageman, swing and a miss! Brayton Barnes gets him on the slider. The Crawdads win 9-1 in Sonoma. The final time they'll travel here, KC. That was big. They absolutely needed it after losing 10-6 yesterday.
They did. They needed to get back in the win column. This is a really tight race in the CCL North. You can't be dropping games like flies. And again, to only allow 1 run, you got to give a lot of credit to a guy like Eden White who's coming in, and the relievers as well. Got to talk about the offense too. Really stepping up, starting off with Zach Justice's home run and riding the way through for the big win.
Massive statement here for Walnut Creek. We'll head back to Monte Vista tomorrow. 4 p.m. game between these 2 teams to determine both the weekend series and the season series. Then the Crawdads with another tough slate of games. They've got to face Menlo Park and the Alameda Merchants. 2 more teams vying for the playoff spots in the CCL North. But that's just about it for us here on the Walnut Creek Streaming Network. For Kasey Kazliner, Charlie Limoncelli signing off. We hope you folks have a wonderful evening, and we'll catch you all tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific.